We can watch Deadpool tomorrow.
Good morning, guys. Welcome.
Good morning.
back to
It's
the
like 8 p.m.
podcast.
It's 8:30.
Listen. I am podcasting right now.
Hello, everybody. My name is
Hello.
Cockbears 2000.
My name is
And
Dan
welcome.
99669.
And I'm Monarchish.
Monarchish.
Monarcash. Welcome
And-
to episode 3, the season 2 review of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Is everyone
Yeah.
excited? Everyone excited?
Yes,
Get
of
your
course.
comments in the chat. Like the video, share it amongst your friends. Let's get to it. Let's
Let's get
Come on.
Yeah, we're aiming for a goal of 2 million subscribers by the end of the week. So please, guys, all will be appreciated.
And if not, then I'll kill off Barrage's children.
Children.
See. Yeah, so we reviewed series 1 last time, and that was good. Me and Balraj quite enjoyed watching season 1, and Amaya didn't really enjoy it so much.
Biased. Doesn't like old
Yeah.
white men.
I don't know what bias you're on about. It just was a bad season.
Yeah. Yes, if you're talking about the season 1 that just came out in 2024, I think I'm a little bit more inclined to agree, but not the original season 1, unfortunately. Yeah, so let's get straight into series 2. So the first thing I want to ask is, how did you find rewatching the season, both of you, Barraj?
Season 2 was honestly a bit worse than I remember. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit worse than I remember. So that might be a hot take. I don't think it will necessarily change in my ranking. I still like it more than some of the latter seasons of the show, but it wasn't as good as I remembered. The episodes were still good, as good as I remember. It's just one really key thing that happens in all the episodes, and it's the chemistry between this Doctor and Rose. I really didn't like it this season. That I think out of all the times I've seen the show go back to front, this is probably the time where I liked Rose and the Doctor's relationship the least. I kind of despised it. It's still a good season. The episodes are great. One highlight for me, the Devil duo, the Ood and the Devil, 2-parter. I really like that. Obviously, the ending with Doomsday is the best, but that part for me is like close second. And
Yeah.
it was a fairly consistent quality throughout the whole show. I will say, I used to like the Olympics episode more than the Absorbaloff episode. No, sorry, the other way around. I used to like Absorbaloff more than the Olympics episode, but this time it's the other way around. So I'm quite surprised with myself that my opinion has changed, right? But overall, this was a bit worse than I remember. Still good, still pretty good, but I definitely prefer season 1.
Okay, that's interesting. And what about you, Amaya?
Wow, that was a lot to take in. Can you guys hear me, first of all?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
So that was a whole lot of yap from Top BS 2000. A whole lot of yap. Firstly, I do agree with Barrage in some sense. The season was worse than what I remembered initially.
Ooh.
Yeah. Plot twist.
Ooh.
I was a massive fan of season 2, but after rewatching the season, my ratings have gone a bit down.
Oh.
And for that, I'm out. No, but let me expand on my explanations. So the issue was, I enjoyed the season, but Rose wasn't. She was a good companion, but I felt like for a second season, she didn't grow as a companion as much as I expected. Like if we compare her to like other companions,
That is an excellent excellent point. I actually completely agree with that.
Yeah,
No,
they
I
grow
did
over time.
agree at the
in
same time. I agree that she didn't grow. I disagree in the fact that she kind of stayed the same. She regressed, in my opinion. She got worse.
yeah, exactly. She was
Yeah,
missing.
I agree.
Like, I don't know, like comparing her to other companion on their arcs, Rose's arc was good, but it wasn't anything extraordinary. It wasn't like you know, it wasn't like
Apart
much of an.
apart from
I
the
do think.
Cybermen episode. Sorry, go on.
Go on.
No, you go. I interrupted you.
Yeah, no, but yeah, I think and I did enjoy the Christmas episodes and all the other episodes. There were a few stinkers in my opinion, like the Azabeloth episode. But before, I used to enjoy the two episodes, the Azabeloth and the Black Girl episode. Fear Her.
Just call it the just call it the Olympics episode, bro.
Yeah, so I used, yeah, so I used to enjoy these episodes. Now I'm like, I still enjoy Fear Her. I think that's a good episode. I will hold that. I really enjoyed that episode. But as a Bolog episode, I just did not enjoy that. It was just stale. I forced myself to watch it. It was actually one of the worst episodes, but it's not as bad compared to later seasons, I guess. But yeah, with what I said about the companions, there wasn't much of an increase. I mean, like an upgrade. Her growth was nothing, but her growth wasn't as it wasn't what I expected, I guess, after rewatching it. But yeah, I did enjoy the season, but it has, yeah, my vote has gone a bit down, like it's decreased, yeah. But yeah, it was, yeah, that's all I've got to say.
Yeah, of course.
Mm.
Of course.
Um,
Monarch Ash.
I liked it, but I do think that it's slipped under season 1 for me. It used to be, I think in my ranking, I'm sure I put series 2 above, but now I would reverse that. That's not to say that this isn't still very solid TV, because it is. But I agree with the whole Rose thing. I think she has regressed. She now just feels like, she's just in love with him. That's all there is to the character now. But I will say, I liked her in the Devil one, because she was quite... The ones where she split up with the Doctor, I think she's better in, because she actually has to do stuff, and she's quite useful in those episodes, such as the Ood two-parter, where she's literally split up from the Doctor for half of it. And
she still felt useless, man.
What's it called? The Cybermen first two-parter, the Parallel Earth one. She at least, went with Pete Tyler and tried to help out and do that stuff. So she had her moments, but yeah, in general, she's just, especially in the school reunion, she was quite irritating, especially towards Sarah Jane.
Yeah, she was a bit annoying in the school reunion.
And yeah, even in the fireplace one, she was okay, but you can just tell she was jealous. It's not Billie Piper's fault at all. It's just the way she's written. They changed it completely. They got Tennant in, and they were
I do feel like from her growth in season 1, right, season 2 has regressed. But what we see of her in season 4, I wish season 2 was like the midway of her, like of what she is in season 4. If that makes sense. Like we could have seen a lot more out of her.
But I will say, while Rose regressed, Mickey went up so much. In this season.
Definitely. Yeah.
That guy, they swapped. Russell was like, yeah, Mickey was terrible. Like, wasn't very done well. Well, he wasn't given anything to shine on in the first season, so we'll give him all the limelight, and then Rose can take a step back. Because that's how it felt. Because Mickey was great. Like, his whole arc, he literally had this little arc in season 2 where he went from being quite useless. He was the
He was a token black guy. He was a token black guy.
He became a character, and that's just really cool. And yeah, yeah, I just think
Wait, Ashton, your voice sounds a bit muffled.
really. Is it still muffled?
Oh, no, it's good now.
Yeah, I think Rose just not the best in this season. I think she was certainly better with Eccleston. The whole love thing still doesn't work. I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's like I think because you got two good actors there, it's at least fine for me. And there are moments where they are good.
It makes Tennant feel like a 30-year-old man instead of like a 900-year-old alien. It humanizes him too much.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say overall series 2 is slightly under series 1.
Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from, but I disagree with you. I think season 2 is still better than season 1.
I disagree with both of you. I think season 1 is considerably better than season 2. Not by like a substantial amount, but the gap in quality is there.
I literally just said the same thing as you.
No, you said it's slightly. I said there is a considerable amount of gap in quality.
I have my reasons and
David Tennant.
Why it's not a considerable, but I would say it's not as good as season 1. That's one thing I will say.
Really?
But
I think it's way better than season 1.
Nah, I don't know. I think because of that Rose Doctor relationship, that was one of the best things about that first season, really, because that worked so well. Even in some of the lesser episodes, that's what really got those episodes. Well, that's what really helped those episodes, was those two were really good together in all of them, each episode. In this one, it's like they're just fine together. Like you can just watch them, and it's not the worst thing, but sometimes it is irritating, mainly because of the way Rose was written, to be annoyed and jealous of every other woman that comes along.
Yeah.
But I think it improved a bit later on in the season, where it was just, but I don't know, it's just not the direction they should have went with Rose. But again, nothing against Billie Piper. She's really good when she needs to be. She was really good in series 1. But yeah. Anyway, let's get into the first episode of, well, don't know what season I would call it. I'd say series 2, just because it's the new Doctor. But
the series 2 special. That's
the Christmas special.
Okay.
So, Barraj, what do you think of this episode?
Rose Tyler's last good episode. I don't even think she was good in Doomsday, but this was Rose Tyler's last good episode. Actually, no, you know what? Scratch that. She was okay. She was pretty good in Doomsday. But yeah, this is Rose Tyler's one of Rose Tyler's last good episodes. What noise are you making?
You're not wrong for saying that. I agree with you.
Okay. Yeah, it was interesting. I think this is probably Tennant's strangest episode, where he actually felt like a bit of an alien, not just some like 30-year-old fun guy. The bathrobe scene, that's quite funny. It was the first time I'd seen Regeneration, so I really didn't know what to expect when I first saw this as a young kid. I was like, whoa, it's a new Doctor. He looks kind of weird, but like the introduction of Torchwood, the planting of the seeds, it was right here. I thought that was really cool. The Sycorax were a terrifying villain, and the fact that their ship's full of blood, it's still quite terrifying. The sword fight at the end was badass. The fact that Tennant loses his hand and grows another one, that's so cool. The ending too, where Tennant's quite mad at Harriet for blowing up the ship, and he just looks at Harriet's sister. He goes to him and says, "Don't you think she looks tired?" And watching her freak out was really funny. The chemistry between Rose and the Doctor I thought was pretty good when they actually talked towards the end. I thought they had good chemistry. I had a nice smile when Rose said she'd keep going with the Doctor. It was a good episode. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. It's not the strongest special we've had, but it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, fair. That's a good show, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what about you, Amaya?
Yeah. No, this is the episode. I have like since I was young, I really enjoyed this episode, and rewatching it with him last week, I still enjoy the episode. Like Barrow said, the villains are good. The storyline is good. Um, the whole premise of being like how everyone was controlled by blood, that was really good. The whole introduction of Torchwood was also good. I really enjoyed that, and like it's also setting up the Doctor's hand when his hand got cut off. It's also setting that plot line up for season 4, which I found really useful and interesting, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd rate the episode like 7.5. Yeah, I think the
Okay.
only negatives about the episode is they're not like I do wish we did see like I didn't like the spinning Christmas tree in the middle of Rose's house. I think that was a bit silly. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't like you
It
have
works for Christmas. It works for Christmas.
it works for Christmas. Yeah, I understand, but at the same time, it's like it wasn't they. Uh, I don't know. I think I found it a bit gimmicky. I guess because it's like how do they even do that? Like they can control killer Christmas trees. But yeah, no, I give it a 7.5.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Um, I think this is the second best intro to a Doctor in New Who. The best is Matt Smith's, without a doubt.
I think I agree with that. I think this is the second best intro.
Yeah, yeah, this is definitely the second best intro. Matt Smith
Um,
is the best one. That is no doubt.
yeah, Matt Smith's is amazing, like so good. But no, I thought this is really solid actually. I know maybe some people don't really like this, but I like it. Is that the Doctor's not there for most of the episode because he's unconscious, but it kind of shows how much the world needs the Doctor by
Yeah,
doing that, because basically everyone's lost without him, and
yeah, I can agree with that.
and I do like that we get Harriet Jones return, and she's now the Prime Minister, and she sort of tries to represent the world. They started that joke of I'm Harriet Jones, and then we yes, we know who you are. Even the Sycorax say that, which is quite funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was a it was kind of a Rose reliant episode because the Doctor wasn't there. She sort of had to do most of the stuff, at least for the first 40 minutes of it, and I thought she was quite good. She reacted pretty well, like how you would expect someone to react to a new Doctor. Like, she was quite upset that he wasn't there to help her, but I guess, but she was still caring. Her Jackie's quite funny in this one. That scene where the Doctor's like, I need you to shut up."
yeah,
That was a funny scene, and then when Rose is checking the Doctor's 2 hearts, and then Jackie's like, "He's got 2 hearts. Is there anything else he's got 2?" Which you know,
Penis.
yes. Yeah, I liked that the Doctor wasn't there. Just shows how much chaos and how much can happen without him. And yeah, the blood control is quite cool. The Sycorax were cool villains. They look cool as well. And yeah, then obviously the Doctor wakes up, and I love that moment. It's so good because the Sycorax finally start talking English all of a sudden. And that's like such a cool way that Russell sort of suggested the Doctor's back, because the TARDIS translation thing doesn't work anymore because the Doctor's not well.
yeah.
And
That's the one thing that didn't make sense actually to me. Because why is this a TARDIS relying on the Doctor? Because surely that's like feature of the TARDIS where it translates. Because I swear there's been other times in Doctor Who where the TARDIS has been able to translate without the Doctor present.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know, it just works for this story. Yeah, it just works for this one, so I think it's fine for me. I think, yeah, just the way that build up to when everyone just turns their heads towards the TARDIS door is quite cool, and then the Doctor's like, "Did you miss me?" And then as soon as Tennant is awake, he literally steals the show. He just keeps talking, but he, does that Lion King little nod, and then he does a bloody sword fight, which is sick, and then yeah, he loses, gets his hand cut off, and then like Amaya said, it sets up something that comes later, which I always found cool. Is like setting something up this early to have it pay off way later on. I mean that's really cool. I like that. And if you watch Torchwood, you know that the hand is actually picked up by Jack, and he has it with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, you get the first mention of Torchwood. You see the Doctor choosing his outfit as a little nice family moment when he's with the Tylers for the Christmas dinner. It was a nice ending. Very solid. I'd give it an 8. I think it's a very solid introduction to a new Doctor. I think Tennant was really good when he wakes up, and yeah, pretty strong start for the new Doctor.
And what would you rate the episode?
8 out of 10.
Another thing I wanted to add on to the episode was I liked the philosophical questions that it opened up at the end of the episode. Like when the Doctor is sleeping, right? Earth does need to defend itself, as in, because they can't be relying on the Doctor all the time. They need to have precautions in place. And I agree with Harry Jones actually, because the Doctor's not always, he's just one person. He's not exactly like foolproof, I guess. So I don't when Harriet committed genocide, in a sense, I don't blame her because she was only defending Earth.
It's a bit of a contentious statement given the world's current climate. Ben 99 669.
Yeah. But the thing is, right? How I see is Earth was defending themselves. I think they have every right to do that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The Sycorax 100% going to come back when they realize the Doctor's not there.
They have the technology to actually wipe a good amount of humans off the world. Like
yeah,
they controlled so much. And like obviously, I don't know why the Doctor was a bit angry with Harriet, because if that technology would scare me, like knowing that I could be controlled at any time. So obviously I'd kill them. What the hell? Like I'd destroy them. I wouldn't want them to have that technology. Scary, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. They didn't make a promise to the Doctor saying, "Oh, we won't ever come back." Sure, they were leaving, but there's no. I mean, they could always come back. Like they could always lie. They could always, It's not like there's exactly an oath situation going on or anything. It's like a contract in place or anything. It's like, so yeah. And in a sense, I do. Look, you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do understand why Harriet made that decision at the end to wipe off the Sycorax.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the fact that there's someone who's against the Doctor, like someone in power, like the Prime Minister, is Harriet Jones, and that the fact that she looked up to the Doctor and she still does that choice that she knew would anger him. She still goes through with it. That's a strong character right there.
No, like
just, yeah.
What's her name? Catherine Stewart.
Who's that?
The blonde lady in Unit.
Kate. Oh yeah, Kate Stewart.
Kate Stewart.
Yeah. But yeah, just a really solid opener for the Doctor. or David Tennant, new Doctor. Just yeah. All right, New Earth season 2 episode 1. What do you think?
Alright, this is where this is where I give my controversy, my bad takes, my very is it a hot take, Maya? That's the contentious one.
I think
The cold
it's a
hot take is what people
comment
argue.
take. It's definitely a comment because whatever you're gonna say, I know I'm gonna agree, and I don't even know what you're gonna say. But
I
I
didn't
know,
like this episode, G. I did not like this episode.
yeah, it was the worst episode.
No, it was not the worst. It was not the worst. It was definitely.
It was like second worst, third worst.
It's the most boring. I'll say that. It's the most boring. It was really cheap and boring for them to bring back Cassandra. The cats, they were in season 1, right? Were they in the first season?
No,
with,
no.
Okay,
No.
well, they're still really lazy design. It's kind of cool, but I'm not gonna give it points because it is kind of lazy. It's just literally human cats. Yeah. So I can, to be honest, I can barely remember this episode. It's kind of boring. The face of Bo is cool. I actually thought that was kind of an endearing character for a little bit. And that's my only positive. I didn't really like anything else. I think at this point you can kind of see that they're definitely pushing hard on the romantic angle, and I don't think that really works for Doctor Who in my opinion. And yeah, Cassandra was really boring. I didn't really care that she kept switching bodies. I'm gonna give it like a 5 out of 10 because it's not like a terrible episode. It's not. It's just boring. It's hard to think of anything great about it. Or maybe that's just because it's boring. I'm sure when Ashton talks about it, he's going to point out some good things. He's going to... he'll probably point out something that I overlooked. But overall, it's just really boring. 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Okay. Am I?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think this is probably like the Shakespeare episode is in this season, isn't it?
No,
Season
3.
Oh shit! Sorry, no, my bad. I'm thinking of another episode. No, sorry, I was thinking of the tortured episode in season 1. Never mind. Yeah, no, I think this is the. Yeah, this has to be. It has this. I don't really like this episode. I think, like Bauer said, it was really boring. I knew before, like even like when I first watched this, it was boring, and I rewatched it again, and it's still boring. I don't really like this episode. I don't know. It's just. I just don't like the whole plot of the story. I don't like anything about it. I do like how they introduced Face of Bo for the first time. That was pretty cool. That it ends up to be a returning character, but yeah, I'd give this episode like a 3.
Whoa.
3? Damn, I don't think it was that bad. This was boring.
I just don't like this episode. I don't know why.
I get it. It's quite boring.
Nah, it's boring, but it's also like it's not. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like it feels like watching a Jodie Whittaker episode, but with a bit more seasoning.
Ooh, I don't think that's a hot take, you know. But they're quite uneventful in its own, and this was quite uneventful.
What you say?
They're quite uneventful as a whole, isn't it? Jodie Whittaker season.
Yeah.
For me, this is the best episode of now. This is definitely one of the weaker ones for me this season. It's not the worst, no way, ever. But yeah, it's probably like third weakest, I'd say, in the series too. I sort of enjoy things about it, obviously, but yeah, it's just quite a silly one, isn't it? Like, it's just switching bodies, Cassandra. I mean, props to the two of them for actually trying to act. I mean, when Tennant's possessed,
they're good actors. They're good actors. Yeah.
It was funny, like at least for me.
Nah, funny.
But just seeing Tennant act like that is just funny to me. Yeah, this is where they started to push the romance because it was the easy way to do it. Because obviously she was possessed, and I liked the face of Bo returning, and he plants those seeds, saying the next time we meet will be the last, and he'll reveal his greatest secret, which we know what that is in the next season. So it was nice to see him. I liked the Doctor got quite angry in this one when he finds out what's really going on. You know, the nuns, they basically grow humans, or no, they grow whatever people, sorry.
Test subjects.
Yeah, just so that they can inflict them with every disease in the universe, and then that way they can they can make cures or something like that. And he, is ethically wrong, and the Doctor basically gets very angry at that.
Do you know what? I have another complaint. You know, like how they look, the sick people, like with boils on their skin and like with that illness, rotten skin. I swear I've seen them use the exact same sort of like design in Horrible Histories. I swear no, not him. Maybe they use the same fat suit for like King Henry VIII. But no, when you look at like how like some of them got like boils on the skin and like zits there and everything, it literally looks like something from Horrible Histories. It was quite childish. Like I get it's not an adult show by any means, but you can do better than that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Tennant getting angry. I think I like the part where he saves everyone. He's quite happy.
Yeah, but he does that. He does that every episode.
Yeah.
I know, but it's nice to see.
But why can't he not save? But why can't he fail saving someone?
Because at least he tries. See, this is the issue with.
We'll get back to that. I have to get back to you on that. I have a point to make.
The Jodie Whittaker stuff, she wouldn't even care about saving them. At least this guy did it, and he was very happy to do it.
Yeah, say what you can say about her. Say it.
Nah, I have to. It's for another episode. Now, I know what the episode is in my head, but don't worry, we'll get to that.
I'd give this episode a 6. I think it was entertaining to me, but it was. I did also like the last scene where that Chip, Cassandra's assistant, kind of dies. I know he's not really a important character or anything. He doesn't even get much development, but I like that last scene where Cassandra sees herself and she remembers that she actually used to be a person. Now look at her, she's literally just whatever she is. So that was a nice little scene at the end. They actually, other than that, it was okay. I like the futuristic aspect of it. I guess I always like those little things in sci-fi, but yeah. Overall, 6 out of 10. Not the worst Doctor episode by any means, and it's not the worst one in this series, but probably, it's definitely one of the weaker ones. And not the best start, because this is technically the first episode of Series 2 to the season, to be honest, not compared to the other series. It's probably one of the weakest starts to the season in the entire show. Okay. Tooth and Claw. What do you think?
I knew it was this episode. I just forgot when it came. I thought it'd be a bit later in the show. I can't speak. I have a point to make, and you know how I got really upset when Jodie basically just didn't try and save Ko-Shamus at the end of season 12.
Yeah.
David Tennant does the same thing. He barely tries to save some of the soldiers who sacrifice themselves for the werewolf. This is not the Doctor. The Doctor will try and save everyone. That is very childish, I admit, like that kind of mindset. But still, it's the Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he could have done to save them.
Nah, he could have been like, come on, it's not worth your life. It's not worth it. Come on. You don't need to do this. But it doesn't even do that. It doesn't give him that.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I didn't even give my score. No, okay. So I have great nostalgia for this episode because I love the soundtrack. That's the only reason. I adore this soundtrack. It is literally my favorite track in the show when they get chased by the werewolf. I love it. Yeah. That is the best thing ever. That is amazing. That is the best soundtrack in the whole series, in my opinion.
This guy was in Game of Thrones in it
Oh yeah, he was. He's
in season 2.
Season 2. Yeah, it's when they go to that city, isn't it? Karth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am from the city of Karth, and I am the richest man to ever live. No, wait, that's the fat guy. Yeah. The CGI was not that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't
was
that bad. It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't good, but it was definitely not as bad as season 1. And I actually think I prefer the fact that the season started to use a bit more practical effects and not rely too much on CG. That was better. I think in the newer seasons, they've gone back to relying a lot on CGI, but it's good CGI, so I'll have to go for that. That's just the side of it. Yeah, the villain was quite terrifying, but a bit basic. I think we've seen better in the season, but I'm not going to let that detract from this episode's quality and my personal enjoyment. I have a lot of nostalgia towards it. It was actually one of my favorite episodes growing up, just in that soundtrack. Queen Victoria was really cool in this one. I feel like a lot of the time they just have a historical character just kind of like be there, almost like a token black guy, but I guess a token historical guy. But I actually feel like Queen Victoria is quite important to the plot. I kind of appreciate that. Altogether, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Pretty good. Not amazing, but I enjoyed it. 7 out of 10.
Okay. Meyer?
I do agree with a lot of Barrett said. I don't like Rose's drip in that episode. What is she wearing?
Yeah, just like an anime schoolgirl, isn't it?
Yeah, she's dressed up like a little kid. Secondly, I did like this episode actually. On the contrary, I used to think this was a bad episode as well, but rewatching it, I do have a better impression of the episode. I did like the plot of it and so on. I think CGI could look a bit better in my opinion.
It's okay. I mean, it's like 2004. I don't know how much better it could have been.
I've seen better shit in 2004.
I mean, yeah, but like for BBC TV, which is all relying on taxpayers' money.
Yeah, but I think about it, this is like the biggest show.
Nah, it was not the biggest show. I'm sorry. There's way better shit. Not better, bigger shit. There's way bigger shit back in 2004.
They got the same actress for Queen Elizabeth, did they?
Wait, which one?
Is that the same actress for Queen Elizabeth?
What do you mean? When does she come back? It's Victoria, Queen Victoria.
Sorry,
yeah, it's still Victoria. I think you thinking about the Witch episode in season 3 now.
Ah, shit.
Wait, the Queen's in. Oh yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Like right at the end, that's just a cameo. That's what I mean by like the celebrities or the famous people just kind of there.
Yeah, but I think I'd give this episode like a 6. Yeah, believe me, it would have been like a 4 or 5 if you asked me before I watched the episode, but it has gone up. But it's still not the best in my opinion, but I did enjoy it.
Oh, okay. I quite like this actually. I've always liked this one. I like that it's kind of a bit of a darker one.
Yeah.
Like, it's werewolf that fucking eats people and tears people. Obviously you don't see that, but some of the deaths you hear the screams and it's like, damn, that guy got fucked. I like that they have Tennant use his Scottish accent, but in this he's putting on an accent, but it's actually his real accent, so it's kind of fun to do that. And that whole little joke of Rose trying to get Queen Victoria to say it does not amuse me or something. They bet each other £10 or whatever, and yeah, I don't know. It's irrelevant, but yeah.
Remind me, do we actually see the cash exchange? Because it's always nice when they actually ask you.
Nah,
they probably had some cash
interactions. I think the one thing that I always found funny was those, I don't know what they are, they're monks, the bald guys in the orange robes, and they just start doing Matrix moves at the start and beating up all these older men, and it's just always funny to me because they start doing these flips in midair. It's like they saw Matrix and they were like, oh, we got to do that in Doctor Who Matrix, and it's the most random scene at the start, and they just beat up these 80-year-old men for no reason. Yeah, it was funny to see that. And it doesn't really make any sense, but I like the whole this is the first, I guess, fantasy sort of episode because it's a werewolf and they start talking about superstition and werewolves and all that stuff. Which obviously the newest season's all about fantasy coming into Doctor Who, and even Matt Smith's first season was very fantasy. This was sort of the first one that to me stood out, and I liked those scenes where they're telling tales of the wolves at the dinner table. I like it's quite nice, and I like the side character Sir Robert. This guy he's talking to, he was quite good, and yeah, the plan that they had to trap the werewolf with the telescope, it was all planned in advance. I like those sort of clever trap sort of things, and that's what it was. That's how they beat it. Yeah, the werewolf was definitely quite intense. They did the werewolf justice, I won't lie. It definitely shredded through some people.
Yeah, but the werewolf was badass. It was badass.
Yeah, and Tennant was funny when he first sees the werewolf. He's like, "That is beautiful," and he's just looking at where everyone else is running away screaming, and the Doctor's admiring it. That is so the Doctor.
Yeah, definitely.
And then there's a bit where he licks the wall, the wood, to see if it's got mistletoe in it or something. Just so doctory. And then he says books, they're the greatest weapons. He was so the Doctor here. Maybe not in the last episode, but this one he's back on Doctor form.
When it's less romantic, you can definitely see
Yeah, this one there's not much of the romance. They feel like good friends.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Yeah.
I like how she Queen Victoria finally creates the Torchwood, which is to basically battle threats, alien threats, and the Doctor is declared an enemy of Torchwood because she didn't really enjoy being in his company because he knew so much and he was willing to take a lot of risks. And yeah, the music was really good. Yeah, definitely. That track is also in my mind. I've always remembered that as well. It actually does feature in another episode later, but in a different context, completely different context. Because this one is when everyone's getting killed by a werewolf, eaten up, and then in that one it's a different scenario. But yeah, good Murray Gold soundtrack. I think the soundtrack in this season is definitely better than season 1. There's way more notable music. The Cybermen theme is great. The Doomsday stuff, all that stuff, really good. This one. So yeah, overall, I'd actually give this an 8. I really enjoy it. I think it's very solid. I like the tone that it went. Like Doctor. I like the characters were good. I think the plot was good. I think the threat was there. It was intense. Not much bad for me. So yeah, it's a solid 8 for me. Just really solid. Doctor
So
Who.
remind me of the scores. Maybe give it a 6. I gave it a 7. You gave it 8, right?
So yeah, 7.6 is what people think.
I guess we're roughly got it.
School.
Ooh, this is one of my favorites. I love this episode. Do you know what? I think what's been really underrated about this episode, the Krillitanes themselves. That's actually a really cool villain. You can go on about Sarah J, you can go about K9, you can go on about David Tennant performance, which is really good in this episode. But the Krillitanes are actually really badass. I actually really like those villains, especially the actor's name. I don't remember his name, but the main Krillitane. Do you know what I mean?
Anthony Head.
Anthony Head, also known as Uther Pendragon, one of my favorite characters on TV. Okay, I know Merlin's a stupid show, but that's one of my favorite characters on TV. That guy was sick. He's also the owner of West Ham in Ted Lasso. Yeah, he's a really good actor. I wish they could bring him back. I know they can't because he's already died. But he's a really good actor. He's super underrated this generation.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, because it is British. Obviously, there's Sarah Jane. I can go on about that, but I thought I'd just take this moment to highlight something. I'm guessing a lot of people don't know about. Yeah, Mickey was good. He goes from the tin dog to being, or pretty much a full time companion at that point. Well, he never really was full time companion, but he was acknowledged as a important ally of the Doctor, which I thought was a nice point. Yeah, altogether I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. One of my favorite episodes of the season.
Ooh.
Okay. What do you think?
K9's amazing. K9's amazing. I had to say that. I
Yeah.
had to say that.
What'd you say?
K9
What do you
is
think?
amazing.
Yeah, K9 is amazing. I really like this episode. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I really like this episode. K9 is amazing. Yeah, I think I didn't like some parts I didn't like of the episode. Was Rose was a bit annoying. Yeah, Rose. I mean, but I can understand for the comedic effect. I guess. I mean, it was quite funny seeing Sarah and Rose go at each other, but I don't know. It's just that's Sarah, man. Like you can't ever be rude to Sarah Jane.
Never.
Yeah, like that's what's so good about this. Sorry, is that
Yeah.
this is the first time that we see her, Sarah Jane, but you just have this respect for her. She's so. That's how good Elizabeth Sladen actually was. Like, it's so good, and
Yeah.
you actually feel pissed off at Rose just for dissing her and stuff.
Yeah, because she's known the Doctor much longer than you ever have. Firstly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah. So it's just yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. I think Mickey was also funny as well, and K9. I wish K9 was more in Doctor Who episodes because he's such a cool addition.
You all watch Sarah Jane for that.
I've already finished all of it, but I've got to give this I've got to give this episode like a 8.7, 8.6, yeah, 8.6.
Okay, that's a very good score.
That's random.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing 0.5s only. Well, I'm trying to stick to whole scores. Where did 8.6 come from?
Yeah.
Why is it not 8.5? Why is it not 8.7?
But that's because you doing it whole could mean whole numbers could mean it's either like a low 8 or a high 8. Well, you can't even decide on if it's a good or bad episode. When
I think it was a good episode. That's why I gave it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 is a great score.
Okay, but it could be like an 8.1 out of 10.
Well, yeah, but I'm sticking to lower numbers because it's more convenient for me.
Nah, I think. Well, so why can't it be a 9 out of 10 then?
Because I don't think there's like a spectacular episode. 9s out of 10s are like spectacular episodes.
Okay, what about for the bang average episodes that are like on the lower?
Yeah, that's why I gave episode 1 a 6.
A 6.
Yeah, but this season
So it goes
doesn't
from
have many.
8 to a 6.
Well, so 8's good, 8's great, and what's it called? 6 is average, or kind of like okay.
Yeah, okay, I agree with you, but so if an episode is if an episode is deemed 8, but it's not good enough for a 9,
right?
You give it an 8.
Precisely. Is that not common logic?
You're crazy. You're crazy.
How was that crazy?
You're
That's not crazy. What?
You're crazy.
I've struggled to see the insanity.
Okay, anyways, enough of this tomfoolery, I guess.
Where's the insanity? Explain the insanity.
I think people have their own ways of doing things, and I think that's fine. But whatever Barrage is doing, I just don't agree with it.
Alright then. Fine.
Mainly, particularly he's Indian, that's why. But yeah.
You're getting cancelled. You know there's a digital footprint, right?
Oh shit, yeah. But they got no evidence of me.
This is your recorded proof
now. This is a great episode for me, I think. Yeah, it's like the first episode of Doctor Who so far where they've actually like introduced a companion from his past. This is, to most people, the most beloved companion of all time, and some people still think that she is the greatest, Sarah Jane Smith. And yeah, they show so much respect to her in this episode.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. It's like you see how much impact she has on the Doctor. And I always really love that scene where he first meets her, which is this scene. You see Tennant. This is where Tennant's really good, and it's probably an underrated like moment for acting in terms like people don't. I don't really see many people talk about this, but his face, the way it lights up as soon as he realizes who that is, who's in the room, you can just tell that Tennant was fanboying out because obviously this is the companion he would have loved when he was younger. This
Yeah.
is when he was into Doctor Who, and just the way his face lights up, you just buy that that's how the Doctor would react to seeing possibly his favorite companion of all time. And yeah, it's just, I mean, the plot is fine. Like, there's nothing special about the plot. It's fun. It's fun. I think, yeah, the Krillitons are cool villains for sure. The headmaster was great. Like, very camp, but in the best way. There's actually a really good scene where the Doctor and the headmaster are having a conversation at the swimming pool. Where, they talk about, the Time Lords and you could be a god and all that. I really like those sort of scenes. And then the Doctor says, I'm so old now. I used to have so much mercy. Yeah, it's a cool scene. Mickey is good in this one. He actually does something quite useful. He helps out. K9 is fantastic. That scene where K9 just shoots the bats and then shoots the oil, and then the headmaster says, "Bad dog," and then K9 says, "Affirmative." And, yeah, there's so many cool scenes with K9.
We like
Rose was very annoying in this one, as I said previously, just because she was jealous. And it's just like they just went out of their way to make Rose worse than she was in season 1 by doing stuff like that. Yeah, the moments with Sarah and the Doctor are just really good and lovely, and the ending was just so sweet. When he gives a brand new model of K9 Mark IV, and it was funny that, and I liked. Okay, I liked that at least Rose changed her mind and she actually tried to get Sarah to join the TARDIS crew, but Sarah does decline because she says, "I don't want to be the one that keeps. I waited my whole life for you. It's time for me to move on and find something else." Just a really cool thing, and she obviously, because of this, she got her own TV show, Sarah Jane Adventures, which was, for kids, for us, it was the best sort of thing on TV, on CBBC at least.
or the best alternative. Well, I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah, it was
I've
just
heard
such
I probably
Only
liked Merlin
best-
more back then.
Fair behaving badges, but
yeah, that was a banger as well. But yeah, the Sarah Jane was handled with so much respect, and apart from the stuff with Rose, it was kind of funny when there was a scene where Rose and Sarah were laughing about the Doctor like stroking bits of the TARDIS, and then the Doctor walks in and he's like, "What? What's so funny?" And they're just laughing at him. I like that. I think the Scasis paradigm was a cool. It was pretty ridiculous that the kids eating chips were clever, and then they can hack and become god. They can crack this god complex thing, Scasis paradigm, which could make the Krillitanes into gods. A bit silly, but it is
Yeah.
high stakes. So
that's what I don't like about this season of Doctor Who. They just have like silly plots, and it's like, at least make it a bit more like
I mean, it's never really that claimed to be super serious. It's always been a bit.
what, kids eating chips and they become very smart. That sounds so
Yeah.
silly.
Nah, that's fine, bro.
Oh, stop disagreeing with me. You know it's silly.
It's fine. It's not that deep.
Oh,
It's fun. It's fun. It's not like
It's
episode.
fine, but
It's not like a season finale. It doesn't need to be that serious.
yeah, if they do that for a season finale, then that is disappointing.
Well, they didn't,
And
so that's the point.
it was funny when Mickey asks after Sarah says no, Mickey's like, "Can I come?" And then you see her face, Rose's face. She looks like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, man."
I'm just trying to bone the
She
Doctor
just
in
hates.
peace.
She
Why do you have...
hates Mickey, and I just don't get why.
It's because she wants the Doctor to himself.
It's because she doesn't like him shooting for the same reason.
Yeah, man.
The
He's
reason
wearing
why
it. Isn't that the NES?
she thinks that Mickey would overshadow her with the Doctor. She gets like a bit jealous, like a bit protective. Like, no, he's mine. I'm the one who can only travel with him.
Yeah.
I think
So
that's
overall,
what I'm getting.
yeah. Overall, I'm gonna give this one an 8. I think it's really, really solid.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just I think the plot is too like just. There's nothing crazy there to give it like a 9. And yeah, just an 8 is definitely a pretty nice, very solid, strong episode for the season. And
Well,
I
yeah,
gave it
make
an 8 as well, right? I gave it an 8 as well, right? That's what that's what me and Mayor have been arguing about why I gave it 8 out of 10.
and now
Okay,
we go to the Stephen Moffat episode of season 2.
Ooh, this is a banger.
Now this is this is a
Yeah.
very beloved episode, let's say, from fans overall.
This is the proper Bridgerton episode. This is the real Bridgerton.
Yeah, 100%.
Go on, Barrows. Give your hot take.
Go on,
No, I
Barrows.
don't already have a hot take. It was great. That's all I can say. I like the romance between these two. This felt much more genuine. And I think part of what helped that is because she's French. French people are weird. And that's why it worked.
Yeah.
The horse was pretty cool too. I thought the villains being quite stupid was a bit silly, but not like it doesn't detract. It doesn't detract. You know, you can have silly villains sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
The clock, but they were kind of creepy. It was just the fact that they're stupid. It was a bit silly. What else? The soundtrack's really good. I think that's the only time they use this sort of soundtrack, isn't it?
Yeah, this one, is unique to this episode.
Yeah. Their romance was good. Rose and Mickey were just there. But I guess this episode doesn't really concern them, is it?
No.
Yeah. I don't really have anything much else to say. It was just fantastic. This is a fantastic episode. 9 out of 10.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, fantastic. TMI, that's the difference between 8 out of 10 and a 9 out of 10. School Reunion was good, but it's not fantastic. You know what I'm saying? It's not fantastic.
Okay.
What do you think, Amaya?
I'll give this episode like yeah, no, I agree with it. I think I give it like so basically I give this episode like a 4.
Fuck.
4 out of 5.
Yeah,
No,
4 out of 5, innit, bro?
Yeah, so no, I didn't really like this episode. I think I'm kidding. Yeah, and I like this episode. It was a good episode. I did like the whole this, like Barrow said, this relationship between this blonde woman, Madame de Pompadour, and the Doctor. It felt very genuine, much more than what Rose and the Doctor had. It was nice. I think even if the episode was just set during that time, I still would have loved it. But I do like how you have two sides: the alien spaceship tech side, and you have the actual back in the past 1700s French like aspect.
Yeah.
And then like how they can skip between times. Every time they meet, it's like a significant amount of years looked into the future and so on. That was a really cool concept. This is like the type of concepts I'm looking for. None of that like eating chips and becoming smart.
Or the new one, cosplay.
He hates the chips.
Yeah.
He hates the chips.
Yeah, no, it's like I like these type of storylines. Like something that's like it's unique, it's serious. It's not like too silly. I do the negatives of the episode is like I didn't really find the villains as like I don't know. I didn't find them as like that threatening. I guess they were good, but it's like I just didn't. I think they were alright, to be honest. But yeah, they were waiting for her to like become a certain age, but just so they can use her brain to fuel the ship.
Hey, that sounds like it's kind of like grooming, you know? They're waiting for it to be a certain age. It's grooming.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I'd give this episode like an 8. Yeah.
Ooh. I love it. I think this is the
Is
first.
this your favorite season?
No,
Oh,
I love this
Well-
one. I think it's beautiful. That's how I would describe this one. It felt very. To me, this is like Moffat's first draft, not draft, but like first sort of Amy Pond Girl Who Waited sort of alpha or something, you know,
Yes.
like
mm,
because that's sort of what Renette is. She's like, you know, very young, and then the next time she sees the Doctor, she's much older, just like Amy does in the first episode of Matt Smith, and it's a similar little vibe there. So maybe that's something he's always just wanted to do with a companion, and he did it. But yeah, these guys used to scare me when I was younger. There's something about I don't know, they just looked so scary to me. I don't know why. I think it's
is
just
it?
the
I used to be
smile.
scared of the werewolf.
Nah,
really
that wasn't
stupid.
even scary to me. This somehow did. It's just the smile and the eyes. You know, Amaya, you know who it reminded me of is Bagul in Sinister, the mask. I don't know why.
Right?
Because it has like a smile and the black eyes. There's something creepy about that to me, and yeah. Obviously, like underneath the mask, they're not scary at all. They're just literally clockwork. But
Yeah.
I think the plot is just so smart. Just so again, just like in season one, his gas mask episode is just so smartly written, so interesting and unique, and so sci-fi. Like, you know, these are droids who, you know, they don't have the parts anymore. They're repair droids who don't have the parts anymore to repair the ship. So
Mm.
they kind of don't know what to do in that situation. So what they start using, you know, the crew as the parts. You know, there's like a human heart wired into a camera with a real eyeball in there. Which, yeah, it's a bit goofy, but it's kind of, I find it quite cool as well at the same time. And then they think that, you know, the whole episode, the Doctor doesn't even know why is Renette so important. Why do they need her brain? Because they think, you know, her brain is the key because the ship is called the SS Madame de Pompadour. So they thought, you know,
It's so
getting-
dumb. It's kind of funny when you say it out loud. It is a bit dumb. Though.
so yeah, it is. It does sound stupid, but I think it's quite cool, like a good sci-fi sort of story. So yeah, they try and get her brain, and they need to wait. I forgot the reason why it's 37 years though. It's some,
Is that because of
I
the
think it's the
ship's
age.
age?
I think.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
something to do
remember.
with the ship's
There was
age.
some.
isn't it?
They do definitely tell you though, and yeah, it's like an episode with not even one plot hole. Like it's just so tight and so well done. It's 45 minutes of just great, and you know, it's emotional as well. Like when the Doctor comes back, he says for 2 minutes, and when he comes back, he passed away, and he's sad. And then that letter he reads and sad.
Your voice is really muffled right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Think of our viewers at home. What they're gonna think?
Exactly.
Still muffled?
Nah, it's okay.
Okay. It's like it's really emotional at the end, yeah. Just the letter and the music is freaking, again, just such a banger in terms of the soundtrack. So memorable. You know, you play that music, you instantly know that's from The Girl in the Fireplace. That's when he reads that letter at the very end. It's just a very, again, this is another sort of fantasy type romantic episode, and I just really, it's just done so well, and the Doctor's great. The horse was funny, and it was cool that the horse was used to break through the time window.
Oh right, yeah, that was really cool.
That was a pretty cool moment. There's some good lines in there as well in this one, like I just snogged Madame de Pompadour, and I'm not. Can you stop following me? I'm not your mother. There's obviously, this is my lover, the King of France, and then he's like, yeah, well, I'm the Lord of Time. Just a really good episode, really. There's just not much I can say. There's literally no negatives from me. nothing. I can't think. Yeah, okay. Again, Rose is a little bit annoying, but at least she does go and visit Renette herself and tries to warn her. And I like that they did that. And
I actually
Renette
found that
does
quite
come.
annoying. Actually, now that I remember it, I found it quite annoying because she just sounded so out of her depth, and I don't expect that from someone this far.
Yeah, it's like she didn't even want to.
Yeah,
But
it was like she just couldn't do it. But like, bruh, you've been doing this for so long now. You should be more confident because she's confident in other episodes, like the Ood episode. She's really confident in that. I don't like her that either. By the way,
but
a bit inconsistent.
and the whole scene where the doctor acts like he's drunk and he's like, "You're so thick. You're Mr. Thickface from Thicktown, Thickania, and so's your dad."
So
You know, that's it's just great and just such a good episode. Yeah, 9 out of 10, definitely, really good.
Definitely.
Best so far of the season. And again, Moffat is just so good in that first 4 seasons with the stories he made.
So next one.
Next one is the
Oh.
two-parter.
She just done
Cybermen.
piece together. She just done piece together.
Yeah, definitely. We always.
Alright,
Yeah.
according to, if we go about IMDb scores, this is really underrated. How do you give this like what did it get? 7? How?
7.7.
How?
But I think you guys do whole numbers.
This is IMDb. This is not me.
Yeah, I think you guys do
And
whole numbers.
FYI, yeah.
No,
on
I
IMDb,
don't want to hear it.
on IMDb, when you rate stuff, it's only in whole numbers. So shut your mouth. Alright, it's only whole numbers.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that is true. So shut your mouth. Anyway, yeah, that's so underrated. That's really underrated. Like this is one of the first times on TV we've seen like an example of the multiverse, isn't it?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's what
So-
I've always thought.
Yeah, so to see that here was kind of like nostalgic, like damn, this is how they used to do it. They actually used to do it good, not just like as a plot contrivance or like just to make your
Cameos
product
or-
a bit exciting. Yeah, or cameos, yeah.
Yeah, they did it
This
for.
is actually
yeah.
this is actually done to develop characters. This is again the relationship between Rose and her dad's tested here because she doesn't really know him. She just knows about him really, and now it's a good chance for her to get to know him. I don't know because I feel like in the first season that is still a great episode. But she doesn't really like get to know him. She just knows about him. She just learns a lot about him. And then in this one, she sees more of his personality, or his personality. Sorry. I thought that was really cool. Jackie was quite funny. How she just shouted at Rose like, "How dare you talk to me like that? You're just a servant." And then not season 1, when Jackie on the regular Earth, she's quite humble and down to earth. I know it's because of the money, but like, still, I just thought it was quite funny. Cybermen were cool. I thought it was cool that it was just a man-made thing on this universe, not like an alien race that's set out to like make everything the same. It's made by this guy, Barty Crouch Senior.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cool. This is a great 2-part. Mickey is the star. Mickey is the main guy. He is the number 1 guy in these 2 episodes. That no one was better than Mickey. Forget
Ricky and Mickey.
Forget Ricky. This is all about Mickey. This is Mickey's
Yeah.
time, right? Alright, he was the best character in 2 episodes. His rise to fame, the fact that he kind of saves the day, it's amazing. You know, this is the character arcs that we get in old school Russell T Davies. We don't really get this anymore. It's kind of disappointing. Well, I guess it is season 9. But still, this was really good. I'm gonna give the 2 parts up together a 9 out of 10. Spectacular.
Oh,
Wow.
Really.
Wow.
man.
I have. When I'll admit though, nostalgia plays into it. I love these episodes when I was a kid. I really love them. Whenever I put Doctor Who on TV, you know, BBC Three, when they just rerun some stuff, and then these episodes were on, I'd be like, yes, I love these episodes.
Yeah.
But nostalgia plays a lot into it, but I don't care. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because that's just how much I enjoyed it.
Okay.
What about you, Maya?
I like the first part of the episode. I think it was quite funny. It was quite interesting that they go to parallel Earth and so on, and like how Rose's dad is alive and is like how Rose's mum and the dad are living a whole different lifestyle compared to normal Earth, I guess. I really like that, but I liked the second part of the episode, but it wasn't It's not my favorite. I think the plot. I like the plot, but after it's like I don't know. Like on its own, it's like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first part more than the second part of the show, and for that, I'd have to give it like I'd give it like a 7.
7 for both parts.
No, I think overall, I think the first part is 8.
Damn, that is quite low, in my
Is it?
opinion. Yeah, I don't know. I think, I don't know.
I mean,
I
the
think
second
it's
part is
really
not.
cool.
It's not one of my favorites. That's why.
All right,
Okay.
I'm sure you probably prefer this.
Balraj, did you think part 1 or 2 was stronger though?
I thought they were the same, in my opinion. This is just. I think this is actually one of the rare examples where part 1 and 2 go well in hand together, like the most. Like sometimes you could easily say, "What part 1's better than part 2, part 2's better than part 1." But this one,
Yeah.
I'd say, is really similar quality, and I quite like that. It's like the only time they actually go hand in hand.
I think this one and the Satan one are both like that. For me.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah. Well, this is a freaking great banger of a 2-parter. The reintroduction, should I say, of the Cybermen. They are done so well in this. This is my favorite Cybermen, and I wish that it was always as good as this, but unfortunately not.
Yeah, it's just never got as good as this.
This is the best season for Cybermen, 100 million trillion %. Yeah, just the parallel Earth thing was so cool. Again, it was probably I don't know of any other show which did parallel stuff. I mean, there wasn't anything out. Multiverses was not really a big thing back then, so to see it in Doctor Who was so cool, and it still holds up. Yeah, and it's cool that they brought back Pete Tyler. In a different sort of context. This time he's successful, he's a millionaire. Him and Jackie are living an amazing life. But then some of those problems still exist. You know, they still have issues with their marriage. They still have arguments in the similar way that they did in Series 1. So some things remain constant. And I like that, I guess. So I think the Cybermen are definitely threatening and imposing. Their design is certainly so. As Barrow said, Mickey is the star. This is the one where like Mickey gets so much. They really just completely did a U-turn with him, and
that's why I think that's the strong aspect of the episode, where like they actually gave a very rewarding character arc for Mickey as well. Like you would never expect him in season 1 to like be like this person in season 2.
Yeah. Again, the soundtrack is a banger. Like the Cybermen theme song is freaking great. It's just so, to me, iconic in Doctor Who. Even the Cybermen march, like the sound it makes when they march, that is iconic.
Yeah.
The design, it's just great, and the characters are so good. Like, you kind of like all of them. Like Ricky, he's basically Mickey, but like way more toughened and hardened than Mickey. Then you have Mrs. Moore, whose real name is Angela Price, which we find out. Then Jake, cool character. They're all good cast. Pete Tyler's really good in this. The whole AirPod thing, you know, imagine one day that could happen. So
good, Apple look like the type.
Yeah, it's crazy because, you know, when this came out, there was nothing like it, but now, you know, it's not too different to what we have now with like earphones. You know, you can do sooner or later they'll probably be able to have the same functions, like, you know, downloading shit into your brain.
They've already started that with the Neuralink.
Yeah, so that's this. You can't even say this is aged badly in that respect. This is just a banger. This just feels like one of those really good action movies to me. I can't believe Jake, the actor who was Jake, he was like 21 years old in this.
Damn, and
I always thought,
he's done nothing ever since.
no, I don't think so. But I never thought he was 21. Like, I thought he was older than that for sure. But he's really good. Like, he plays a very adult sort of character who's been through some stuff. So I never knew that, and I was shocked to learn that. If you didn't know, Ricky and Jake were gay together. I'm just confirming that.
Mickey and Jake were gay.
Ricky and Jake.
Ricky
yeah,
and Jake.
that's why
In
he
the
gets
show?
so upset. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why he gets so upset when he dies. Compared to even Mrs. Moore, she wasn't as upset or devastated, and yeah, they were actually gay together. So that's something to know, and it kind of changes things if you know that in a way with Jake at least. Yeah, it's just such a banger, isn't it? Like the way Lumic gets turned into the cyber controller was so cool, especially when you see what he looks like at the end. It's like, damn. And the Doctor trying to give Mickey the hints where he's like talking about some idiot, and then Mickey clocks on, and you get Mickey doing some really good stuff with the computers, which was sort of set up in season 1 with the Slitheen episode when he sort of hacks into the United Nations, so he's got that sort of skill. So it's not like this just came out of nowhere. And then the whole flying the Zeppelin thing was mad. He says, Rose asks him, "Where'd you learn to fly that thing?" And he's like, "PlayStation." So that was funny.
Yeah.
And then the way they like get the Cyberman to again, this is Mickey being really useful. He gets the Cyberman to destroy the transmitter, and that frees everyone from the AirPods control. And I really like how they defeat the Cybermen. I thought, the emotional inhibitor. Even that little scene where they encounter Sally Phelan, who was that one Cyberman who gets magnetically disabled by Mrs. Moore, and the Doctor figures it out. We gotta basically get the emotional inhibitor, then they will realize what they are, and it will destroy them because they can't take what they truly are. Just so good, man, and just really just a banger. Just a banger, and great music. Just so everything works. It's so cool. The ending where Mickey decides to stay on the parallel Earth, he genuinely felt that useless and left out and unwanted, that he decided to do that. He had his nan who, she was alive in this world. He had something there at least. Rose didn't really want him. And like I said in the school reunion episode, she sort of scoffs when she finds out he wants to come along. And then she starts crying all the time when he says, "I'm going to stay behind." She starts crying like a little, just irritating from Rose again. She's like acting like she always wanted Mickey to stay with them. She's just giving this whole crying thing. But yeah, very, very good episode, two-parter. Gonna give it an 8.5. I'm not gonna go for the 9 because I don't think. Yeah, I think it's an 8.5. I don't. It's 9. I really want to, but I think. I don't know. There's just something missing for me that's not giving it a 9. But it's really, really good, and I do love it, and I've always loved it. But I don't know. I think there's just something in there that's missing for me. I can't figure it out. But other than that, just a really strong two-parter. Freaking great Cybermen entrance. And very relevant to the finale, so yeah, can't go wrong with this. Idiot's Lantern, episode 7. What do you think?
This is the TV one.
Yeah.
I used to not like this, but I like it now. But the reason why I didn't like it is very, very silly. So I want to make this note, right? if there's something, if there's a nostalgic feeling I have towards the show, it's very hard for me to shake. And the nostalgic feeling towards this episode that I have, I hate his hair. I hate Tennant's hair. It's so bad. It's so bad. That is terrible. His messy haircut's way better. This is horrible. I don't like his haircut. It's so bad. And for the longest time, I never liked it because I just couldn't get over his haircut. I thought it was crap. Look at his hairline. That guy's Vegeta. It doesn't work. It's Vegeta. Nah, man. But no, watching it again, I found the Doctor's confrontation to the family father to be quite intense. I thought it was really cool as well, seeing him stand up for the young lady and the son. The villain was funny and hungry. Hungry. I'm so hungry. That was really funny. But in a way, it's still pretty intimidating. The victims look creepy as hell. I felt quite bad as well. They lost their face and just trapped in the TV. Seeing Rose stuck in the TV and seeing the Doctor just looked a bit sad. I thought that was more powerful than other times when the Doctor, when the Doctor got quite mad at Sandra for taking Rose's body. I thought this scene here was better than that scene in episode 1.
Yeah.
Ending was pretty cool. I'm gonna give it 7 out of 10. I did think it was good. I did enjoy myself quite a bit. 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Gosh.
This is not liked by the fans, clearly. But yeah. What about you, Maya? What do you think?
I don't know what Barrage's problem is with this episode. I think he's just overreacting.
I didn't see a single bad thing apart from his hair.
That's exactly where I'm going on. I don't think his hair is even that bad. It's
horrible. It's so bad. It's so greasy. He's trying to look really cool, but it just makes him look like a dickhead.
I think he does it well.
Nah, come on, man. Be real with me. That's horrible.
No, that's the thing.
It's terrible.
It looks physiologically.
We'll wait for Ashford's opinion. I'm standing by it. It's terrible. It's a horrible haircut.
I know Ashton's gonna agree with me because it is quite a nice haircut.
Well, yeah, he's got a selfie of the guy. Of course, he's gonna agree with you.
Yeah. No, maybe you can't understand that it's a good haircut. As in, like, he styled
It's
it.
not a good haircut. It's not a good haircut.
I mean, it's a good hairstyle, man. Sorry, but he styled it towards this time, and it goes. It's like a one-off. It's like a one-off. It's not like we're gonna see this style ever again. It's like it's nice to see David do something with his hair. I even like Rose's outfit as well. It matches well, to be honest, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, look at it. I think it looks nice. Yeah.
If it's a one-off, that means they didn't need to do it. They decided to do it. They made a bad choice.
Anyways, but yeah, going back onto this episode, right? I think it was a good episode. I liked it. I liked the whole. It was a serious storyline, but a bit goofy. But I can live with it because it was good in my opinion. It's better than kids eating chips and becoming ultra smart.
What is your problem with the chips? Do you just not like chips? Do you not like chips?
I love chips. I love chips, but they don't make me ultra smart for some reason. So yeah.
Are you just jealous that the kids are smart?
No, I feel smarter than them. But anyways, yeah. but yeah, I mean, I liked some scenes in the episode where the Doctor stood up to the dad and so on. That was quite like that was quite nice to see, and like I liked the ending, the whole how he got rid of the woman in TV. But for this episode, I'm gonna have to give it like a 7, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with both of your scores. I give this one a 7. I didn't like this one before that much, to be honest.
Is it his hair?
And that's not. No, it's not that. I just thought it was quite a silly one.
Wait. What do you think of his hair, though?
Yeah, that's the important thing. This is out of the whole podcast. This is the most important conversation we've had. What do you think of his hair in episode 7, Indian Santa?
Now, don't let Bauer sway you off your opinions. I want you to be honest.
No.
I want you to be honest
Be
yourself,
honest.
okay?
Be honest.
I
Be
think
honest.
it's fine. Like,
No. No.
yeah, I think it's better than Eccleston's.
What
you know.
Ashton says is a law. It's a law. It's a law.
Yes.
Is it better than Shooties though? Is it better than Shooties?
Yeah.
Nah.
'Cause he just was a
come
wig,
on.
the lazy guy. In
Yeah,
that 60s episode. He
Nah,
was
it's
the
got
wig.
a shape up. It's got a shape up.
No, but you know when he dresses in the wig in the 60s one, he was too lazy.
he didn't grow enough. For
At least Tennant, they actually styled him up. And they tried something different, and it's fun. It's just fun. I don't really, it's just hair, so it's just fun. He's just trying. It's the Elvis Presley hairstyle, so
But
and
yeah,
he does-
it just feels like having a W on my side, and I think Barrett can finally shut up now.
Shut up. His haircut's still bad. I don't care what anyone says.
But it's not. There are better ones that he has, obviously. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
of course.
fine.
Yeah, I'm
It's fine. It's just
Yeah,
different.
it's a good haircut. Yeah, I like it. Don't know why.
I wish-
some people don't like it.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I think this is a good, fun episode. It does have its good moments. I mean, yeah, I think the villain is quite. I know she's quite cheesy, but she has a
But it was a
presence.
good villain.
She has a presence, and that's
Yeah.
he sort of is memorable. I'm not gonna lie. Her performance is very.
Muffled. Alright, that's fine. Go on.
Yeah, she's very memorable to me anyway. I've always found that the hungry. I've always remembered that from when I was little. Think it's quite creepy. Yeah, she takes your face away, and then when you actually see the victims, it's very creepy. So that part of it was done well, I'd say. You get a lot of angry Doctor in this. He does get angry at I forgot his name now. The father, Mr. Connolly. I'm not. I am talking and I'm not listening. I love that because you see him basically say that to his son and his wife. So then you're like, oh damn, this guy is. No one's gonna fight against him. And then the Doctor just makes him look like nothing. And that's what you want from the Doctor: authority, and intimidation.
Yeah, because this is like a 900-year-old Time Lord. He's a lord against some measly pet human.
I liked also the little kid, Tom. Well, he was young kid, Tommy. I actually liked him. I thought he was helpful. He wasn't annoying. He was good. I like that Rose actually gets her face taken, so it actually gives some stake to the companion.
Yeah.
And then like Barrett said, the Doctor's reaction is one of anger, but also one of sadness because he sees her calling out for help, and it really motivates him to stop. It basically it adds to his anger and his ferocity when he tries to stop the Wire. That's what it's called, the alien. It's just a fun episode. I think starts off with a bit of a mystery because you see those guys taking people away, and then in the end they start helping the Doctor, and it's a little bit of a mystery in there. Memorable villain, stakes were there. Good time. I just think it was a bit silly in tone, I guess, but it was a bit. There wasn't much development in the story, like in the writing or anything. So I'd say there's nothing great overall about it, but it was a good 7. Like it was a good time, good watch, and I never used to like this one.
Required.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I never used to like this one that much, but I liked it this time, and I appreciated it. So 7 out of 10.
It's nice seeing people switch up because I used to be a fan of this episode even before rewatching it. But, there's a lot of people switching up today.
Now this 2-parter, Satan.
Ooh, I love this. Can I just say, Satan as a character was really cool when he actually talked. This was in part 2, I think. Yeah, when he actually started talking to the doctor and all the people on there, how he started preying on their fears and stuff. I thought that was pretty badass. Toby, he's gay. I'm sure he was gay in this episode. He has to be, because he would never look at any of the women, so he had to be gay, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I think he does look a bit gay, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Satan fucked him so hard.
Relax. This was
Yeah, that
This
was
is-
creepy. No, when that first came out, or even rewatching it, I still felt weird when he was trapped on the seatbelts and he goes crazy with all those face tattoos. It just looked,
the.
I don't know, I think my trypophobia just kicked off when that happened.
I don't really think I have anything bad to say about these 2 episodes. Great villain. Great. This is probably the best group of sidecasts, like new sidecasts in the whole season for me. Even better than Parallel Earth companions. Or not companions, allies. This is my favorite group of new sidecasts. Yeah, that's it. That's what I call it. That's probably not. That probably sounds stupid, but yeah. This is my favorite group of a new sidecast. They were great, all of them, especially the captain. I quite liked them. And the lady scientist of getting in. She was cool. Yeah, great villain, great side cast, great soundtrack too. He also played that that badass track. I just really like this. It's probably gonna be a hot take, but I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I really like this.
Wow.
9 out of 10.
Did not expect that at all. Did not expect that.
I'm full of surprises, man.
It's very low in my opinion.
Low. It's
Yeah.
actually that.
I think he went away because
He's
of how
disappointed in my hot take.
I didn't expect you to give it a 9. What the hell?
He's in shock.
He's like, what the fuck is this guy on about? Yeah, no, but okay. Go
I'm
continue.
broken. I'm broken.
No.
Look,
I agree with you most of the time. I agree with you. Yeah, no, I agree. I really like this 2-part episode. The only negative I have with this episode is how they portrayed Satan in the episode, like as this god demon that's trapped in chains in with lava around him and so on. I did that's the only thing. I think it looks a bit gimmicky and silly. I would have liked to see, like, I don't know, like some creative, like a creative or like a metaphorical way of like representing Satan. I think that way it would actually put a different like type of tone within the episode. But I did like the whole situation that the doctor was put in, that he had to either trust Rose. I forgot what the ultimatum was. He had to trust Rose, or he could kill Satan right now. I think that's what it was. You still there?
I'm here.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, this was a very good episode. I really liked part 1 more than. No, actually, no, I like the Mikuni. Yeah, it's only the ending for part 2. Is when it went a bit downhill for me, but it's like. I think no, actually, I'm laughing. It's just I liked it. I just didn't like how they represented Satan, because I think the CGI wasn't that good in my opinion. But like, you know what they did with Midnight in
Yeah.
season. It wasn't like the villain was literally just a human copying the Doctor. I'm talking about like that, where it's like they're a bit more creative in that way. Where like I don't know. I don't know. It's something I don't know, but yeah. I give this episode like I'd give it an 8.
It's pretty good. I think he's not here. Unless his mic's not working. Maybe it was battery powered. That's funny.
But yeah, we're having technical issues with Monacash.
Nah, the show must go on. We gotta talk about the next episode. I forgot what that was.
What was the next? I don't have the mouse.
Tada vida. It's all down. It's all with Ash.
Okay, let me ask you this question, right? If you were in Rose's position and sat next to him in the spaceship, what would you do?
Yeah, the same thing. Get that guy out there. Go to hell.
I don't believe you.
Why?
It's just a human. Why'd you kill him?
Because they deserve it.
Interesting.
They deserve to die. It's Satan. Isn't that literally like the mission of Jesus to like kill Satan?
That's the thing. I don't understand how he died.
Who Satan?
Yeah, how can you kill Satan?
They broke it. Well, I guess that depends. Do you consider him like the actual Satan, or do you consider him like maybe
Yeah.
like the origin of the myth?
Because you
Origin.
can't actually kill Satan. So like, how did?
But that depends on what you perceive him as. You actually see him as Satan, or you see him as like, just the guy who inspired the shape thousands, millions, billions of years ago.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think it's just Asian being like, it's just probably this Asian being that's like known as Satan, but isn't actually Satan.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
probably not like actual Satan who's like going to
But
war
like
with God.
he's got to sign that label, I guess, considering it's like a demon creature.
Yeah. He's got do the label signing, isn't it?
I really like what they did with his I really like the design he has on his face.
The animal Batista.
Huh?
The animal, isn't it? Batista.
Yeah, I think. Oh wow!
So whenever you went off, me and Ashton would just start talking about football. What should we talk about? Should we talk about our non-ending rivalry when it comes to One Piece and Naruto?
Yes, okay.
All right, let's go. I'll start. I think One Piece is a million, billion, trillion times better than Naruto. I think Naruto's good, but it's overrated by its own fan base. They're just a bunch of cocksuckers who
But
want
you
to
need,
get on the knees for Naruto. No, that is old.
but you needed 1,000+ chapters for it to have built it out, whereas Naruto's only had like 600, 700 chapters.
But yeah, that's why I build up some better.
Yeah, but you've had more chapters for it to be to everything be fleshed out. Okay,
It's just been
are we talking
building.
about the anime? Are we talking about the anime or the manga?
We could talk about both because they're pretty similar, aren't they?
Okay, I think manga, the art wise, is better than Naruto.
Ooh, you think One Piece art is better than Naruto?
Huh?
You think One Piece art is better than Naruto?
No, Naruto's art is better than One Piece.
Nah, no way. Well, One Piece is literally so filled with like character and personality. Well, Naruto, everything just looks the same, apart from like a couple characters like.
No,
Rock
you
Lee,
can't say
Garp.
that. You can't say that.
Say. All the Itachis look exactly the same. What's the originality?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
What do you mean?
They all look the same. All the Itachis, like Madara looks the same. Sasuke,
The
Itachi
Uchihas.
looks the same.
Yeah, because they have this. No, that's an actual thing because they have to grow the hair out.
Nah, they all look the same to me, bro. They all
Oh
look the
my
same.
god, this guy.
They all look the same, bro.
Are you gonna read the new Solo Leveling manhwa?
Nah,
Ragnar.
I haven't read the original.
You haven't? Oh, have you watched anime?
I haven't watched anime in ages, you know. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched in ages.
Same.
Oh,
I stopped watching anime.
Sorry?
I stopped watching anime.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I got bored of it. I can't watch anime anymore. Now I just watch K-dramas.
K-dramas. I've been watching The Boys. I really like The Boys.
Oh, bro, watch K-dramas, man.
Nah, The Boys is better.
Well, watch this show called Week Hero Class 1. It's based off a manhwa.
It's not quite the boys, is it?
Nah, it's not. But Weak Hero Class 1 is good.
Nah, it's not the boys. I need the boys.
What about Cobra Kai? Cobra Kai.
Oh, I'm really good about that. But I haven't seen Karate Kid. That
You don't need
ages.
to watch. You don't need to watch Karate Kid.
Battery died for headphones 1 sec. It's been like 7 minutes, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but no Karate Kid. I mean Cobra Kai, right? It's cringe as hell, but I still watch it.
No, but it's like
No.
it looks cringy in like an endearing way.
No, you know what is right? They act like karate is a whole life, and that there's no gangs, and it's based on karate gangs, and like, oh, you're from the Miyagi-Do, you're from Cobra Kai, oh, Russian, like stuff like that. Like, it's as if like dojos are like turfs, I guess. You have your
Yeah.
Crips and your Bloods, you have your Bricks and Bullies and your what other gang names are there? I don't know.
The Bloods.
The Crips and the Bloods, that's America. Then
Yeah.
you have in Cobra Kai, you have Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do, and it's really weird because apparently everyone knows karate, and it's like that's why I don't like the show. Like, I could just easily whip out a gun and kill everyone, but they don't want to show that. Yeah,
But you ain't got karate though. How you gonna do that? You haven't got karate.
I don't have karate, but I can get a gun.
Nah, we don't have karate. It's different. It's more
different.
important.
Oh. But yeah, are you excited for tomorrow?
Doctor Who.
Now for cinemas.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know why. I just suddenly thought for a second we're gonna watch Doctor Who in cinema. Okay. No, I'm excited. It'll be fun to meet everyone again. I haven't seen you or Hamza in like a minute.
Yeah,
Like, in real life, I mean.
yeah, I haven't
You
seen.
guys just don't come out.
Yeah,
You go out for salmon though, for dinner.
Huh?
You go out for salmon for dinner though.
yeah,
No, it's like I've been meaning to organize something for the boys for a while. Like even if that includes salmon or not, I don't really mind. Like even if he decides he can't come or like he just can't come, it's fine. I just been meaning to actually organize something.
yeah. Yeah, no, like organize what, like dinner, like.
No, well, I think like for Ashvin, going to cinema is like a crutch almost. Like that's his go-to because it's something we've done for like a long time. But I can tell a couple of us are getting sick of it. I'm not getting sick of it because I like the films I watch with him, but
Yeah.
I can tell like maybe Saranja. I don't know. I feel like you're getting kind of sick of it. Like you don't really want to do it all the time. Like not all the time, yeah.
Well, me.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, right? I don't even know because I haven't been with you guys.
You and me.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's like I know a couple people just don't do it, and that's fine. Like I don't really have a problem with that. So
But I wouldn't say cinema's like an actual hangout like day.
I know because you don't really talk to each other.
Yeah, I think.
I get what you mean.
Really?
Really? Black.
Man,
But it was-
the stupid headphones. Yeah. I don't even know what you guys said, and I don't even know what score. But what was your scores? Just so I know. If you did.
I gave the 2 parts a 9.
I gave the 2 parts an 8.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was also
but-
talking about how I've been meaning to organize something, so I can tell that a lot of the boys don't really want to go to the cinema. They want to actually do something.
Really? I thought everyone wanted to go cinema tomorrow.
Well, they want to go now for Deadpool, I guess. Yeah.
We should.
But I'm
We
talking
should.
about in general. Like,
Barrow,
you know when we usually ask people.
Yeah.
We should go draughts. We should go draughts.
Thoughts. You can do that online.
Isn't that draft?
Sorry, drafts.
Is
Yeah,
it draw or draft?
it's drafts. It's drafts. It's in
Oh,
Waterloo. Play some board games.
but
there.
isn't that a cafe, right?
Yeah, but you get to play board games.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I would be down for sure.
Yeah.
But we need to do it. Wait, oh yeah, it's in Waterloo. Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah. I
not
can
bad.
do that.
We can
Well, you
walk
actually
there.
play checkers. You actually play checkers there. Some shit checkers.
You can play any game you want. There's Monopoly. There's like even like these foreign games as well. They have like so many games.
Kabaddi.
Like even the ones you can't think of, they probably have.
What about Dungeons and Dragons?
They have Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah.
Anyway, we should continue.
Yeah. We're getting close to the end. We're on episode 9, 8, and
We're
9.
actually gonna do a whole season in an episode. No way.
It's not that bad. Yeah, like we're 1 hour 40. So if
meant
this didn't happen, we would be very close to the end. But
But
obviously,
we were
this
meant to
is-
play Overwatch as well.
We can.
we can.
Yeah. Let's try.
I'm
it.
not
bit,
busy
right?
tomorrow. I'm not going to gym tomorrow, so it's fine.
Yeah. Anyway, let me just quickly. This is my favorite story in the season.
Yeah.
See,
I think it's freaking amazing. I think it's so like dark for Doctor Who like to deal with this sort of thing, especially in its second season. I mean,
I
I'm
think
sure
at a certain point, you just gotta say that this wasn't that dark. It's just now the show's too lighthearted. Because we said that like quite a few times, isn't it?
This is creepy for kids, though. This is bad to like for a kid, for 5, 6-year-old kid, whatever age. That would definitely terrify them. The whole Toby thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a really good fucking episode. It's just the setup is great. You kind of get to know every single character on this base to some degree. The only other episode where I can think of something similar is Waters of Mars, where you kind of actually get to know that crew by their names. You sort of
That's
their
a good
interest.
comparison. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
think the
comparison.
crew, in terms of that crew aspect, I think is very similar. Like in terms of why it's good for that. I think the setup is really cool. I mean, like, they're under a black hole. All the hints were there at the start. The Doctor says you would need an energy source like at 6 to the power of 6, whatever, 6, and then that's 666. The welcome to hell. The TARDIS couldn't even translate that because it was so ancient. The writing that the TARDIS, it's just too old for the TARDIS to translate. There was other subtle little hints in there as well about I don't even know, but yeah, I think so for example, they call the planet Crop Tor, which they said is like poison because the black hole couldn't swallow the planet, and because there's like a gravity field keeping the planet there. Why couldn't the black hole eat this planet? We know by the end it's basically because it has Satan, and that's like a poison. And so the hints were all there at the start, and I always like that. The crew are good. The actors are really good, actually. Toby, the guy who plays him, was really good, especially when he had to be creepy.
Yeah.
The captain, Zachary Cross Flame, I liked him. He was a captain who didn't want to be captain, but had to be captain, and that's what his struggle was. I thought Mr. Jefferson was great, the security man. Yeah, all the characters just memorable, and for me, they've always stuck with me. I've always remembered their names. I've always remembered them because they're good characters, and that's how you do good characters. They're not like the forgettable characters in other episodes of the show. So
Looking at you, season 11 to 13.
Yeah, particularly those seasons. Even like the Capaldi era, I wouldn't be able to remember some of those characters, or even Matt Smith's. But here I can remember them because I think just good. They're just good, memorable characters. The setup is great. The creepiness is perfect when it needs to be. The voice of the Satan in this is actually the man who voiced Sutek in Classic Who and in the most recent finale. Same voice actor, Gabriel Wolf. Now he's about 90 years old and he's still got it. But great voice actor. The Ood, first time we see the Ood, cool alien race, which we'll see more of throughout the show a little bit. Doctor was great in this, especially when he decides to go down the pit. He decides to risk it because he's so tempted by what he could discover and find there. Again, that's just so the Doctor to me. He would be brave and daring to go into the unknown just to see what he would find, even if it means he could die. He doesn't know how long that drop is. He still goes for it. And then, yeah, the revelation where you find out, that the beast was down there in the pit, but the mind of the beast is what escaped and was trying to escape by putting itself into Toby, so it could escape in the rocket ship, and therefore, escape into the universe and survive for the rest of time. And then, yeah, the Doctor deducing it was really good. I love those scenes. Again, don't see much of it nowadays, where the Doctor figures things out, he works things out. Because all he looks at are some cave paintings, and he literally works out this entire thing. And that speech he gives is freaking amazing. Like, that was the first sort of Doctor speech he had, in my opinion, in the show.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
Super.
say the Christmas one a little bit, but I think this one was just like the best at the time. When he's like, I've seen fake gods and would-be gods and demigods and whatever gods, and then he says, but if there, and out of that whole pantheon, if there's one thing I believe in, just one thing, I believe in her. It's just a
Yeah.
great scene, and then he smashes the vases, and the rocket loses the gravity field, and then Rose does that go to hell, shoots the window, and Toby gets ejected out, and they win. And just really good, just well written. The characters are all good, memorable. The conclusion was very satisfying. Like, I know the TARDIS just appears and saves him, but in the moment you're just like, you got a happy smile on your face, just like the Doctor does. It's just deserved, I really like this scene where the devil's basically taunting everyone, and again you get a little hint of their backstories for the characters. He says, Mr. Jefferson, how would your wife feel about you? He obviously cheated on his wife, you can probably see from that. Toby, he calls the virgin, so some sexual frustration there. He even foreshadows Rose's death. Or
Oh, it's really bad in muffled.
Huh?
It's really bad in muffled. Hello?
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 Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Rose was, yeah, he foreshadows Rose's demise at the end of the season. You get a little bit about all of them. Just another really good scene. The sacrifice that Mr. Jefferson made in that vent scene was quite exhilarating. It was
It's
definitely.
muffled again. Are you using Bluetooth?
Hello?
Hi.
Are you using a Bluetooth headphone?
No, is it not?
Yeah, it's really bad.
Really?
Yeah, it is. It's horrible.
What, still?
No, it's fine. But I don't know how many seconds it's going to be until it's back again.
I don't understand.
Alright, well, it's kind of okay now. Keep going.
Yeah, yeah, the vent sequence was really good, exhilarating. The oxygen was going, and Mr. Jefferson sacrifices himself to buy the others some time. That was definitely a throwback to the movie Aliens, which is the sequel to Alien, where there was also a vent scene where the Vasquez.
Oh, it's muffled again.
It's muffled.
It's not bad today. Nah, I don't know what you're saying, bro. It's horrible. Chat, let us know. Can you hear it, or is it just our speaker headphones that plug out? Chat, let us know. Oh, it's okay. It's alright.
I don't know. I'm surprised because it should be the same as it used to be, but yeah. Anyway,
You unplugged it and I plugged it back
Is it fine right now?
No.
Okay. Yeah, just a really good episode. I'm just going to try and wrap this up because otherwise I'll get annoyed with this microphone. Really good, really, really good. Great episode of Doctor Who. Sorry, story. My favorite of the season. Just so good. 9 out of 10. Strong 9. Strong 9. Episode 10, The Absorber Loft. What do you think?
So this used to be my second least favorite episode of the season, but I always used to say, it's not that bad. It's pretty good, but I've changed my mind recently. I think it's pretty bad. And there's only like one real reason why I'm saying that. I don't like the ending. Like 2 reasons. One, I'd rather she died so the impact was stronger. Two, I don't want to know about him getting hit from the title. I just don't want to know he's getting hit from the title. Like, why did they have to? Why did they have to put us that? Why? What's the reason? We just didn't need to know. It's ridiculous. Anyway, yeah, it's still a decent episode. That obviously that's just something that personally annoys me, and it is going to detract from the score. So I don't care enough to be like non-biased towards sexual activity. I don't care. But yeah, I like. Again, this is another example of group of people getting to know each other, or us getting to know a new group of people, and it's done really well. I like all the people in the group. Obviously, you don't really like the absorber of guy from the planet Clon. But I thought it was quite fun to see. It's like, oh, I'm from the planet Clon, twin planet of Rex Corin Paleontologies. Altogether, 5 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 5. I don't want to give it a 4 and say it's a bad episode. This is not a bad episode. It's just one that kind of annoys me personally.
Okay. What about you, Maya?
Well, I gotta start off with this.
I think this
Firstly,
one's your favorite.
Russell T Davies is the type of guy to say that this is a good episode. Yeah, he's the type of guy to say that. My issue
He's
is
the type of guy to say that's the best script he's ever written.
exactly. My issue with this is firstly, the main character of the episode, not even the Doctor, is this guy.
Oh right, I can't believe I didn't talk about him. He's so annoying. I hate his voice.
I hate
voice
his face, I hate his voice, I hate everything.
He has the worst hair in the series, in my opinion. That's the worst hair. That's worse than the Indian Lantern David Tennant haircut.
Yeah, that is the worst hair. He has the worst face, the worst hair, worst voice. He's just annoying.
Yeah, literally everyone else would have been a better choice.
He's even a bit Jackie as well.
Yeah, he's so mean to Jackie. Now what the fuck?
Yeah. And for that, I'm out. Like this episode, I used to like it before. Now we watch it. I really dislike this episode. It's funny because I used to like this episode. I don't understand why I liked it, but I used to defend it. But now I realize this episode's not all about it. And considering
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the more I think about the main character, which I can't believe I forgot to talk about, the more I hate the episode. I'm gonna change my score to a 4. I should give it a 4. Fuck that guy. Fuck you.
He's so annoying. I never liked the main character of the episode. I did like how in the episode the Doctor was like a mystery, like in some people's memories. That was a nice touch. But the villain shit, I don't know why. I mean, I know why, but it was bad. Even it was so obvious that the main fat guy, he was a villain. The ending was really weird, where like he ended since the Zobolov died or something. The woman's face got sunk into the floor tile, and then how does that make sense? How are you still alive? I don't understand. I think this episode for me is a 2.
Oh.
And considering we have 3 mid episodes in the season so far. It's not looking good. If I recall right, from season 1, I think there was 4 bad episodes which I did not like, and season 2 is on track to reaching that. And yeah, that's why I said the season went after rewatching it, the season has just gone a bit downhill from it, like from what I originally thought of it. Yeah.
Damn. So I've always sort of enjoyed this a little bit. It wasn't one of the better ones or anything. It's definitely one of the weaker episodes of this season. See, what I like this, the thing I like in this is the sort of what he tried to do is he showed some people who are trying to, just like in the first ever episode of the show with Clive, these guys who try and look into the Doctor's life and investigate the Doctor's life. But what it does is it endangers them, and it actually, you know, in this case, actually kills most of them. Because they kept looking and they kept digging too deep into who this Doctor is, and it shows the sort of danger that, you know, the Doctor can bring to the ordinary person if they're like associated with him in any way. And
Yeah,
now
you know.
with this, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I do like that aspect.
So that's why I wouldn't give this like a 4 or a 3 or whatever, because I think it's not rubbish, you know. That's what I'm trying to say. It's got good stuff about it, and for me, that's not enough to
But
give it below.
It's just,
Yeah.
but at the same time, that doesn't really carry the whole episode for me. It it's something that happened in the episode, but it's not, but it's not enough. Like, you know, yeah, it's not enough for me to just try to give it a higher rating.
I don't know. For me, like, you guys didn't like the main character. I thought he was okay. I didn't mind him.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I didn't like what he did with Jackie. That was quite bad. But she sort of overreacted, in my opinion. I think she, like, truthfully, I think he felt bad. And he actually did want to comfort her. You know, he went to get the pizzas and stuff. Because he actually felt bad that Rose couldn't come home and all
pitied
that.
her. He took pity on her.
And then she the way she reacted is that she didn't even care about that. She was just so pissed off at him. And okay, fine, I get why, but I think at least he had that change of heart, and he even says it in his narration that he, at that moment I actually wanted to comfort her, basically. So he actually, at least he had that.
But Mo was wrong in the first place to do that.
Yeah, and I think, again, like,
but whatever happened afterwards, I can't blame Jackie at all, because I understand from her perspective, because he's the one that started it. I think Jackie...
Actually, she started it because she kept talking to him. He didn't even have to say a single word. She kept talking to him. She invited him to his place. He just said, yeah.
She was the first.
Remember, he says all those things. I need to do this. I need to find out this.
But wasn't it that he wanted to get intel on the Doctor?
Yeah, but the thing is, she came onto him in every single way possible. She invites him into the house. She keeps talking to him, because it's funny. That bit's a bit funny to me, because you hear his narration.
So yeah, I thought it was saying he was trying to move to.
Yeah, no. Basically, he's trying to narrate like, "Oh, I've got to do this. I need to find out this, and that." But then, literally,
he's the one that's narrating, isn't it? So like, is it? I mean, I don't know. Never mind.
Sorry, he's narrating and... Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's narrating and Jackie is the one who's... she's doing exactly what he needs to do, but she's doing it to him. So she basically gets him, and it's not the other way around. So you can't really blame him, to be honest. she's basically coming on to him in every way possible, and she's inviting him round, and she's trying to get him shirtless and all that stuff. That's all her. So I don't think she's in the right either, because she's literally doing it to herself. And to be honest, she's too stupid to have figured it out. So anyway, at least he had a change in heart, and that's what to me matters in that moment. And he does then go against Victor Kennedy, the fat guy, because he's like, "This is wrong, man. I don't want this. This isn't how our band, what they call Linda. This isn't how we used to be. Once you came along, everything changed. Everyone stopped coming, and you know, I don't know. I liked it. It was fine. It's not the best thing in the world or anything, but it's fine enough. And like I said, I appreciate that it's a unique episode in the way it was done and the perspective it took. You know, and I like that the doctor, he knew the doctor because he visited that home when he was just a kid, and he has that little memory of him, and he's literally just trying to find out who he was. I like it. I like that stuff. And yeah, the Absorbloff was very silly, of course. And yeah, that ending is weird. I think she should have died. So that's why it's not like a great episode. But for me, this is like a 6. I think it's okay. I like things about it, and I dislike things about it. But I don't think it's terrible and awful. And there is worse in Doctor Who. So for me, it's a 6. I think it's okay. Again, one of the weaker episodes, but I think that's all I have to say about this one.
Wow.
Even the fans don't hate it enough to give it a 4, and this is one of the least liked episodes in the Russell era.
I don't know. I don't like the main character at all.
Yeah, I really don't like it either.
Yeah. Oh. And then we go to the fan favorite, Fear Her.
I like this one a bit more now. Not much.
I know, because wait. Before you go into this, before years ago, I remember each one of you guys said Fear Her was a bad episode. I was the only one that said Fear Her was a good episode. So I'm really interested to see what you guys say about this.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
I think I really appreciate the relationship between the mom and the daughter now, more than ever. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's older. I like that shit more. But that really saved the episode for me from being quite boring. The villain's really boring though. And I think the fact that it was set in the 2012 Olympics, I just thought that was a bit boring. I don't really like it when they go to the near future. I never really liked it. I thought it was a bit dead. There's not really much else to say. I was going to 5 out of 10. It's a bit better. A bit.
Fair.
5 out of 10.
By you, Maya?
Yeah, I like this episode. I think my opinion hasn't really much changed. It's just a bang average episode, like bang average filler episode. It's good. It's nothing spectacular, nothing amazing, but nothing bad. I liked it. I do like the whole concept of how the black girls is like a bit weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd give it like a 6.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be called racist in a moment, but the acting is awful.
That's
I
racist. I knew it.
It's actually terrible.
The mum is not awful. The mum
No, from the kid.
Yeah,
And I
but
know
she's
she's a kid, but there are much better kid actors in Doctor
yeah.
Who. Literally, Renette. Look at Renette. She was way better than this girl. Look at Little Amelia. Actually a good actress.
She had good acting.
No way.
It wasn't
You know
great.
that voice
It wasn't great.
that voice she puts on when she's possessed is awful. They shouldn't have even bothered, or they should have got someone else to do the voice. It was awful, man. Just not good acting. And I know it's a kid, but I'm sorry that it's still a bad kid performance.
Okay, one thing, right? I do feel like this could be a Sarah Jane episode rather than a Doctor Who episode.
No, this could be a terrible episode.
Ah, you're
I just,
praising,
I
man. You're
just think
praising.
like
Terrible
she's
stretch,
just got
man.
no. The issue with her is that she has no emotion in her like acting. Even when she's like gotten rid of the alien in her inside her, she's still like the same. So it's not even that oh she was possessed so she doesn't have emotion. She's still the same even afterwards. She's just not a very great actress, unfortunately. Now hopefully she's a better actress after this, but yeah, that's a big issue I have with this. I also found it boring. Again, it doesn't even have the intensity of most of the episodes, so that's another thing that it loses. Um, the drawing aspect, she draws things, they go missing. I guess that's kind of interesting, but they don't really do anything with it. It's just she draws them and they disappear. That's this just paper thin. I don't know. Um, boring. I think the Olympics thing was just cheesy, especially when the Doctor carries the Olympic flame. I like Tennant a lot, but I thought that moment was cringy. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's just not much to like in this one. Because at least for me, the Absorbaloff one, there was interesting parts about it. I mean, the whole concept itself was interesting. I thought the stuff, even if it was silly, I still gave it points. But here, I just don't really see much good about it. It's just really lackluster to me. Um, Tennant's good, but he's always good. And Rose is good. I don't know. And then her dad is the villain because the drawing of her dad comes to life, and I'm like, okay, I'm not scared. I'm not scared for the world. I don't feel any intensity. I don't. This just feels so small scale, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm giving this a. I will say it's at least watchable, so it's not like the worst thing I've seen, but it's not. It's at this point, it's my least favorite episode in the show. Um,
Even
I'll give it. I'll give it a 5 because it's watchable, and at least it makes sense. And there are a few moments that I like. I guess I like the scene where the Doctor talks about being a I think he says I was a father once to Rose. I like that little bit. I like the little bit at the very very end where the Doctor says a storm's coming. Again, a little bit of foreshadowing, unnecessary, but I kind of like it. Um, then there were some nice moments where the Doctor sort of tries to talk to the little girl, and he was good in those scenes. But yeah, 5 out of 10. My least favorite of the first 2 seasons so far. And it seems that most people agree with me, so yeah.
The sheep. The sheep.
I
They
mean,
just
you
follow
agree
you
as well.
because.
You gave it a 5, same score. But
That's
obviously,
yeah.
but I think you were more positive in general.
I think that's just because I liked it more than I used to. I think I used to give it like a 3 out of 10. That's 5.
I've never liked this. Yeah, I still don't really like it, but yeah, it's just for me. But if we weren't doing this, I would have never gone back to this episode, and I probably wouldn't go back to the Absorbaloff one either. I'm not saying that's miles, but I've only given that 1 point extra to this, so it's not a huge difference between them. But yeah, I don't know. It's just weak episode. Okay, finale time.
10 out of 10 next. I don't really know how else I can describe it. It's just this is the best. This is one of the best finales of the show.
you're
I used
lying.
I used to think this was my version of the Avengers. That's how sick this was. It was Chef's Kiss. 10 out of 10. Next, please.
Damn. Am I?
Wait, what about he said 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10. That's
What
the
a
first 10 out of the 2 seasons. And you can both do that. But I will say Doomsday is obscure. Part 2 is obscure. And it's because
But I think part one's underrated. Like 8.4 is quite low,
I forget.
especially that
that's
reveal at
stupid.
the end.
That's stupid.
Well, we
I
were
know.
doing it overall or just
Yeah,
Uh,
overall.
overall? I'd give the finale a 9. Yeah,
So you're saying that means, yeah, you think season 1 finale was better because you gave season 1 a 10.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I mean this was still good. I think I liked. I don't know. I'm trying to remember what happened in the episode. Well, so I need to think about this.
This is the one with
Yeah,
Rose. You know?
glasses and now I remember. Is this? I can't, what happened in the part 2?
Cybermen Daleks fighting.
No, yeah, I know. I mean that's it, I remember. Yeah, Rose goes back to the powder world. That's it. Yeah. No, I'd give it a 9. I like the episode. I like part 1. Part 2 ending was quite emotional as well, where Rose and the Doctor were locked up, and then and the Doctor found this tiny gap in the universe where he could give a holographic message, and then yeah, it was a good episode. I give it a 9. Yeah, I did like Christopher Eccleston's ending more. Oh no, but I don't know. I like this one ending.
Really?
No, I'm giving it a 10. No, I don't know. Yeah, shit, that because I like this ending as well. But I could say I like this ending more than Christopher Eccleston's ending. But the plot wise in Christopher Eccleston's season finale was better than the David Tennant's. Ah, fuck. I'm having a brain malfunction. I think I'm gonna give it a 10. Yeah.
Mm.
Damn, you went from disagreeing with me to giving it the perfect score.
Bro, because if I give it anything lower, then I wouldn't be saying. But if I give it anything lower, it's saying that like Christopher Eccleston's season much more better.
I did not know you guys liked it that much, actually. 10. I didn't
No,
know that.
I really liked it, but yeah, it's just yeah.
That's crazy because I know for a fact you both like 3 and 4's finales more. So that's basically, that says a lot about how good those finales were to you guys. Yeah, this isn't a 10 for me. With me, I don't give 10s to Doctor Who much, which is crazy. You would never expect that from me. But this is definitely a freaking banger, like amazing finale. Like this is crazy stuff here. I think what they achieved for a second season is insane. You get, I just think, yeah, it is really good. Like, it's better than season. I really loved season 1's, and I literally gushed all over it when we did that. I think this one's basically a bit better, a tiny bit better maybe, but it's hot. Even still, I think season 1's is so good. But this one is all just dial it up to 100 sort of finale. The whole ghosts thing, you know, I think if you didn't know what was going to happen, you know, the ghosts turn into they're actually Cybermen who are trying to break through into the world. And then you have the whole mystery of the void ship, you know, they don't know what's inside the void ship, but the Doctor says it's a void ship. And he assumed that the Cybermen it was the Cybermen's ship, and they used it to break into our
But
world.
he also knew that technology was way beyond parallel Earth technology or Cyberman technology. Like he knew that wasn't possible.
Yeah, but he was like, maybe they launched it as a cannon to break the barriers between worlds and then followed through. But then the build up you get when it starts opening, and then you see it's the Daleks, and it's like, what? No way. Obviously, we know this because we've seen it since we were kids, and we've seen it hundreds of times or whatever. But I wish I could watch it for the first time live, because that would have been so crazy. Because it was the first ever time the Cybermen and the Daleks ever met on screen. Like, you know, Classic Who never did it. I'm sure people had fangasms thinking about it. Like, oh, what if the Cybermen and Daleks were in the same story? This is what you get. And that moment when you find out, you know, all the ghosts are Cybermen, and then the Doctor gives a line. Yvonne Hartman says, you know, it's an invasion. And then the Doctor says, no, it's not an invasion, it's a victory. Because all the Cybermen are already there, 5 million of them. And it's like, we've seen how threatening the Cybermen are in the earlier stories in the season. Now you get 5 million of them, all over the planet as well. And then you get the 4 Daleks, and just a banger cliffhanger, really. Obviously, the return of Mickey, and you see how much growth has happened with Mickey, like since he left the crew, since he's been on the parallel Earth. He's way more badass now. Like he gets the gun, and he's like Mickey Smith, Defender of the Earth. So cool. They really went full on with his arc, even though he's not really in this season that much, you know. But they do so much with his character work, and you know, like I said, he was way better than Rose this season. Then you obviously see the return of Pete Tyler, and then he finally gets his little moment where he meets with Jackie. That was a really nice moment. Well earned as well. Seeing the return of Jake obviously is nice. Again, part 2 is better, I can't lie. It's just, there's just so much there, really. You get the Cult of Skaro, that's interesting lore right there. You know, they were like a cult that was above and beyond the Emperor of the Daleks. See, that's what I liked about Russell. He gave like a lot of lore to the Daleks, which the other Moffat and Chibnall and whoever doesn't do at all. Like you had the Emperor, and then now you have the Cult of Skaro within the second season, and you know they're like a secret little group of Daleks who think like the enemy think, and they take risks, and they went above and beyond the Emperor of the Daleks, and they have their own names. That's also to me that's so interesting, because you're learning more about the Daleks and the different types of Daleks. Russell was really good at that, in my opinion. And then that obviously iconic scene when the Dalek meets the 2 Cybermen, and it's kind of funny. They kind of banter, you know. And then they have that mini beef where the Daleks, the Cybermen sort of propose an alliance, and then they're like, together we could upgrade the universe. And then the Daleks was like, no, and then it shoots them. And then you get that little back and forth where the Daleks would destroy the Cybermen, and then the Cyber leader asks,
You will identify yourselves. You will
The
identify first.
yeah. And then the Cyber leader says, like, you would destroy the Daleks with... No, you would destroy the Cybermen with 4 Daleks. And then Dalek 6 says, we would destroy the Cybermen with 1 Dalek.
Yeah. I remember that.
And then it says the Cybermen are better at only one thing, superior in only one thing. And then the Cyberman's like, what is that? You are better at dying. This isn't war, this is pest control. So you see how much of a threat. I mean, we've seen this in the last season with the 1 Dalek and what it could do, but to see it do it to Cybermen, who were already established as very threatening earlier on, you know, it just really shows the power of the Daleks. You know, 1 Dalek could kill 5 million Cybermen. And then you get the Genesis arc, more time war lore. You know, again, that was a bit of a twist, because you thought it was like the Daleks thing, but it's actually a Time Lord prison ship for Daleks, and they need the time travel, the radiation sort of to power it and open it up, and then Mickey accidentally touches it. Yeah, just a lot of good lore about the Time War. And
He's probably been saying that a lot recently, isn't it? I've accidentally been touching it.
yeah. A lot of lore for the Daleks, the Time War, which is very good. I love the scene where the Doctor like sort of surrenders to the Cybermen, and they have like a little truce where the Cybermen team up with the humans and try and basically fuck the Daleks up. Because he's like that. The Dalek calls it a sonic probe, and then the Doctor's like, that's screwdriver, and then it doesn't wound, it doesn't kill, and then he says, "I tell you what, it does do. It is very good at opening doors," and then all of them come crashing in. Is so cool, and then, yeah, and then you get the devastating finale, and the whole, throughout the episode, the Doctor just puts on 3D glasses because why not? I thought that was back in the day. I just thought he was just doing that for no reason, just because he's being random. But then you find out it's because he can see the void stuff, which is the stuff that you get when you cross through the void. So all of them basically have it, apart from Jackie, because she's got no experience. Yeah, he sucks them all back into the void, and Rose decides to help him, and then she gets sucked in too because it fails, the lever fails. And we also get a cameo, by the way, from Freema Agyeman, who plays Martha Jones. This was her first role in the show, and she impressed the cast and crew, so they signed her up as the companion for the next season, which is cool. Yeah, just a really damn good episode, just fan pleasing. It's emotional at the end when the Doctor and Rose get split up. Dr. Rajesh Singh was a fallen comrade. He gets his brain waves extracted by the Daleks.
Must be in it. Rajesh.
Yeah, really, really good episode. It is, and deserves the love and respect that it has among the fandom. Doomsday is genuinely amazing. Yeah, very emotional at the end. Obviously, the cliffhanger is great, seeing Catherine Tate and the whole what, that whole thing. That becomes like a little gag for
Yeah.
the Doctor. And yeah, he made you sort of be really upset with the whole Rose thing, and then makes you kind of laugh when you see Donna come on board almost instantly after. So it was really good. And yeah, that was a very strong finale. And yeah, all the stuff that happens throughout the season gets paid off really well. Mickey, even if you don't really like the Rose and Doctor thing, at least the conclusion was very satisfying to it. At least that's what I think. Cybermen vs Daleks, so cool. Just really good. They close off the parallel worlds, so yeah. Yvonne Hartman was even an interesting character. Obviously, Torchwood. This is a Torchwood tower. So all the mentions of Torchwood this season, you finally see what Torchwood actually are. So that pays off. Yeah, I don't know. That just really good finale.
Yeah.
Very emotional. It has everything. So yeah, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10.
9. Why not a 10?
Wow.
I don't know.
What a
for
big
me,
fan.
actually, sorry, I meant 9.5. That was actually what I wrote down.
Hey, we're doing whole numbers.
It's a 9.5. It's
No, we're
not a
doing
10
whole
because
numbers. We're doing whole numbers. It's either 9 or 10.
the only reason it doesn't get a 10,
9
I
or
think,
10.
is because I like some finale more than this. That's the only reason I wouldn't give it a 10. And then it's probably an unfair reason, but I think because I like other. There is one finale at least that I like, or two that I like more than this. And that's why I wouldn't give this the 10. But it's freaking strong. Like, so good. And it's so hype. It's so good, and it's aged very well. It's not underrated at all. So yeah, that's my thoughts on season 2's finale. So that's the end of all the episodes. We actually did it in one sitting.
2 hours, 30 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
2 hours.
So how would you sum up season 2? Yeah, well, we did at the start, so I guess that's done already. How would you rate season 2 out of 10? Because I know, so I think from memory, Barrage gave season 1 a strong 8 out of 10, and Amaya gave it 5 season 1, and I gave it yeah. I gave it an 8.5. I'm pretty sure, yeah, 8.5. How do you rate season 2?
This season gets a low 8 for me just because I do think there are some negative qualities that do drag it down a bit. Absorbed off fear her. His haircut and Idiot's Lantern. Ooh, bad. All mediocre. It was bad in parts, mediocre in others, but it was still a good season in my opinion. Very enjoyable. Definitely got me hooked on it again because I'm like pretty far ahead in season 3 already. So yeah, a low 8 out of 10. Good season, great season.
What do you think of 10? Like, I know you said before that, but would you say like he's significantly weaker here, or do you think he's just as good in all the seasons?
He's good in all the seasons. It makes no
Okay.
difference. Even if the script's not as great, he's great. He puts on the best performance.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Amaya, how do you rate this season? You gave season 1 a 5, so how does this compare, and what would you rate it season 2?
Overall, I enjoyed the season. Like I enjoyed season 1. But if I was to give it a rating, I'd give it a 7. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, based on like the vibes, the companionship, the episodes, the CGI, the everything, I'd give it a 7. Yeah, I think it's a decent average season. Nothing really shocking. Like I don't think that. Yeah. That's all I can really say to be honest.
Yeah. I'd give this an 8. I think it's not an 8. First season I gave 8.5. This is an 8. It is good. Like, this is still. I'm happy to watch this season. You know. Yeah, there's some episodes not as good. I do think it's a bit more inconsistent than season 1. But at the same time, like, I think like you get 2-parters like the Satan one, you get the Cybermen 2-parter, and the finale 2. That's 3 2-parters that are like crazy good. And then you get the reintroduction of Sarah Jane, which was lovely. It was done well. Girl in the Fireplace is literally what I would call a classic Doctor episode. You know, it's old enough to be a classic now. There is a lot of good in this season, but there's just more episodes I didn't enjoy compared to the season 1, where I think the lowest I gave a season 1 episode was a 6, which was the Simon Pegg episode. But apart from that episode, I gave everything at least a 7 or 8. So overall, season 1 was more consistent for me. There wasn't as many dips, but the peaks of season 2 are like very, very good peaks and very high quality, and so it still maintains that basically really solid Doctor Who quality. And yeah, it's the weakest of Tennant seasons, but that just says a lot, really, doesn't it? Because it only gets better from here, for me. I mean, even the entire show gets better from here, from this season to at least season 6 for me. So, it just continues the strong vibes of the first season. I think the finale outdoes the first season just a bit for me. Just a really good season of Doctor Who, man. A lot of nostalgia as well. This is when I grew up really loving the show, was when season 2 was on TV. And this is the ones that I had all the DVDs of and all that stuff. So yeah, like, definitely still has a place in my heart, season 2. Yeah, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's how I feel about season 2. And now we are gonna next do season 3, which Balraj is almost finished, I think. I think he was on the blink or something last time.
Yeah,
I heard.
I haven't gone past. I thought I'd take a break because I don't want to get too far ahead.
But yeah, so it seems like someone's really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I think Amaya, you're on.
Yeah, I just
Did you
finished
watch
Christmas.
one? Yeah, you've all seen the Christmas ones. That's all right. You're not.
I
too
will say
ahead.
that. I will say that. I don't know. Looking back, watching it again, season 3 is way better than season 2. Season 3 is so much better than season 2. Gap in quality, really jarring. Not jarring, surprising. It's really surprising to me. I don't think I like it that much more. But yeah, it's some good shit. You guys got some
Yeah.
good shit to look forward to.
Yeah, I think they really figured out the formula with season 3. Like, that's when RTD just knew what the hell, like, what do we need to do here? How do we make this show from really solid to just fucking incredible?
Yeah.
That's what I remember, at least. And then season 4 is even better than 3, and it's like, wow. But yeah, yeah, I can't wait for season 3. Yeah, just that was definitely peak sort of Doctor Who when I was growing up. I think I put season 3 as my second favorite season in the entire show in our ranking. So of course I love it so much.
Yeah. So,
yeah, that's basically all we can talk about. But I'm glad we did it in one sitting, because that's what yeah, it was a bit long, 2.5 hours, but I do think it was annoying that my headphones cut out, so that was like 10 minutes unnecessarily wasted or whatever from my end. But yeah, I'm glad we did it in one sitting, and we can now move on from season 2 and do season 3 next time. So yeah, that's it from us, I guess.
thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys for
Thank
watching.
you guys so much. Love you guys so much.
Thank you.
We'll catch you guys next. Thank you guys so much. Bye bye.
And yeah, we're watching Deadpool 2 tomorrow. So yeah,
Deadpool tomorrow.
Watching
we're
Deadpool.
going to South Woodford.
Hey, don't bear our location. I don't want to get stalked.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. I don't want to get stalked.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of the stream. Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.